Hello and welcome, friends. Been a minute. Nice to see you guys in chat. It was interesting. Thanks for adding the permitted term degenerate trombone. Appreciate that. I tried to title the stream Dungeon Degenerates and Twitch wouldn't let me. So I used degen and I hope I don't get banned or something. It's literally the name of the game. Common insult, I guess, but yeah, anyways. Degenerate checking in. Nice, Cosmic Beat. Nice to see you. What an angry dubstep. I just picked something and hit play. We were not at home this morning, and it was a bit of a race to get set up for stream. So it's gonna be a spicy one. Gonna be a spicy one. Music matches the theme. Nice. Hey, Allison, welcome in. Nice to see you. Lady Off Cost. Nice to see you as well. I forgot my coffee on my desk. That I just cannot abide. There's lots of stream mistakes that I can tolerate. This is not one. I will be right back. All right, friends. I fixed that problem. Got my coffee. Ready to go. Let's talk about Dungeon Degenerates. Must have coffee. Pro streamer, hashtag pro streamer. Exactly right. Okay, Dungeon Degenerates. This is a game that I have played, but not in longer than I care to admit. Probably it's been 2 years or so, if I'm honest. Which was just long enough for me to feel like it was familiar and this would be easy. And then when I set it up, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I remember. This actually has like a ton of pieces and like it consumes the table. It feels in that way a lot like old school like Arkham Horror or something like that, where there's just like a bajillion decks for everything. Yeah, in any case, it's a cool looking game. It's sort of got a love it or hate it vibe, you know, and I'm in the love it camp. So I like this one a lot. I'm going to be playing it solo here. I decided to have a party of 2 characters, rightly or wrongly. I don't know whether that was a good idea whatsoever. But nonetheless, here we are. Thanks for taking care of me there, Trombone. Appreciate you. All right, so how does this game work? Well, Dungeon Degenerates is a scenario-based game. It's really a bit of a campaign game, honestly, and we're going to be playing through just the first scenario, the first campaign. It's called On the Run. Okay, I guess strictly speaking, it's a mission. Okay, so I've picked 2 characters here, mostly at random. We got over here, we got our mercenary alchemist, who's a human militant scholar. He starts with a flash bomb and a pistol, and his skill is alchemy. I mean, he looks like an alchemist. He lost his eye in an alchemy accident, you know, and generally, he looks a little disgruntled, frankly. That's just the way it's going to be. And then our other character over here is the Witch Smeller, complete with Witch's nose, Witch Smeller's nose, rather, and also a gun, a weighted pistol. And her skill is to intimidate. She's a human hunter Puritan. Okay, so like most games, when has a good idea entered into the decision matrix? It's true. When it doesn't come from James, also true. Yeah. So like many games of this nature, we have stats. We got agility, constitution, magic, morale, perception, and strength. Okay. I didn't try to min-max and pick clever characters that would make a well-rounded party or anything. I think both of these guys are kind of middle of the road. Him in particular is just like 7s. I see a lot of 7s. Okay. But we're going to do various tests over the course of the game using these stats. Generally, the way they work is we end up rolling 2d6. We got some 8mm dice here. And if the result is higher than your value, you fail, right? So high values, we have a greater chance of success. We also are going to take actions in morale order. So our witch smeller, at least presently, has higher morale and will go first. Also for funsies, I have the metal miniatures for this game. So this is our little witch smeller here. Let's see if we can get that to focus. This thing weighs like a ton. It's remarkable, actually. And then we've got our alchemist, our mercenary alchemist over here. So we're ready to go. And hey, Legends, welcome in. Nice to see you. Characters in this game look like me on a good day. Allison, have you ever painted metal minis? What's a disaster? There's no disasters here. Life's good. This is coming together. I'd be curious. I mean, I feel metal minis just feel distinctly old school, right? Like they're a little rough because they're cast and like, you know, they're just sort of, I don't know, funky. And it's funny, every time I talk about these, we played this game with my parents, and my stepdad mentions that, like, as a kid in, I don't know, the 80s or late 70s or something, maybe somewhere in there, about having, like, mini casting kits where you would get, like, pewter or whatever, and you could, like, heat it up on the stove and pour your own minis into a mold, which just seems like a wild idea for a children's toy, but nonetheless apparently was a thing. Just did yesterday. Very different than plastic. You'll love it or hate it. Lead kits. There you go. Yeah, seems like a wild idea to me, but that's cool. Oh wow, I should look at YouTube chat, which I have totally neglected. Big fail. So I have recently been streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, but frankly, I have like the world's smallest channel on YouTube, and you know, usually chat's pretty dead, but apparently not today. So Goblin Co., the publisher of the game, that's probably Sean, the designer, I presume it is, I don't know, is in chat on YouTube Live right now, so that's cool. Gonna go set up a Twitch account. Yeah, I mean, chat. So I would say, just generally speaking, to comment on, you know, live stream platforms, chat is a much more, or Twitch is a much more interactive platform generally. There's a lot more going on in chat and a lot more ways to interact with it that are just difficult to do on YouTube. I would happily, I mean, I do stream on YouTube as well, but I don't typically, well, there's just not typically, I'm a teeny tiny creator on YouTube. I have like 150 subs or something, right? So there's usually like a couple people watching. Usually it's Lady Opcost, my wife, and that's about it. So chat's usually pretty slow over there. So I will try not to neglect it. If you want to make a Twitch account though, you can follow me there, Opcost Games. Yeah, anyways. Number one rule of multi-stream is don't forget your multi-streaming. Yeah, good call, Trombone. Good call. So that's cool. Goblin Co. I had seen actually a different live stream where you were on YouTube, where you were in chat as well. So that works out, and that's really good because I feel rusty on Dungeon Degenerates. I'm gonna make stupid rules mistakes, and this way we can do better. I can be corrected from the source and reminded of my inadequacy. So we're going to, what's your channel called on there? Opcost Games. Thank you for that, Cosmic Beat. Geez, I don't know why I'm struggling, but I appreciate you guys. And it really helps me if you lurk on YouTube, so I would really appreciate that a lot. But let's take a look at this real quick. Let's just talk a little bit more about this. We got our cool metal minis. It is not a disaster, Trombone. Get out of here. Get out of here. I didn't forget YouTube chat, man. Get you guys. Okay, so we got our cool metal minis. This is the absolute first scenario. We were mid-campaign. We haven't touched this in 2 years. I knocked the dust off because I just got the Kickstarter items. I got a little errata pack that replaced a couple of cards. Frankly, I was really surprised because the changes were like almost non-existent. It really didn't make much of a difference, and I was kind of waiting for it to arrive before I broke this one out again. So I was kind of surprised, but nonetheless, here we are, and we are doing our initial scenario here called On the Run. Okay, so this game comes with a big mission book, which has a bunch of missions that change together. You would normally play this as a campaign. We're just doing a one-shot of the first scenario here today, just to keep things simple. And there's like a ton for this game. We got I got all these booster packs and stuff that I haven't added in yet. We'll get there one day. I wanted to keep it simple for today's stream, so I did. Hey! All right. Goblin Co's in Twitch chat. Thanks for joining. That makes life easier for me as a streamer. Appreciate that. And Cosmic Beat, thanks for that gift sub. That's awesome. So, yeah. I feel like my kids, using Twitch? Listen, nothing, so I'm 38, nothing in my life has ever made me feel older than downloading TikTok. I open TikTok, I'm like, what the hell is this? This is not like my scene. I felt like this was also like a couple of years ago now, and I feel like now it's sort of more accepted, and there's definitely a lot more people my age using it. But certainly at the time, it's like there wasn't anybody on there that was older than 22. You know, it was like, God, I feel ancient. Anyway. So I'll move over too, but keep this open to boost algorithms or what have you. Prestige, thank you so much. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Also, I would be curious, how did you just like, how did you found the stream so quickly? Like, I posted it on YouTube, but only 30 minutes or so before it started. I'm surprised that you guys immediately noticed it. I don't know if you have like a... Okay, cool. Nice. So Goblin Coat, like, is this Sean? Like, are you the artist? Also, I have no idea how to say your name. I'm not gonna try your last name. Aberg? I don't know. Yes, okay, cool, awesome. Hey, so listen, because I'm fortunate enough to have you in chat, I just want to say that I love your art style, and I was talking about this with my wife, Martina, just before stream. So I stream board games here on Off Cost Games, and we have one or two. And I just like adore games that like are kind of true to themselves, especially like thematically or with like an art style or something like that. And that's one of the things that I appreciate the most about Dungeon Degenerates. It reminds me like it's sort of polarizing in a way, I think. Like the art styles, love it or hate it, you know? And in that way, it kind of reminds me a little bit of something like Kingdom Death Monster, right? KDM obviously is like a lot more sexy, which is off-putting to people. But nonetheless, I just like that it's sort of unapologetically its own thing. Like, you know, we have 1,000 board games, and so many of them are samey, and like I can spot Dungeon Degenerates on the shelf from a mile away with its like magenta greatness. So, Auberg. Okay, Auberg, got it. Thanks for that lurk, Trombone. Excellent art style, love the colors and correlation with the game. Yeah, totally. Anyways, it's like, it's the reason I backed the game way back when was because of the art style, and like, yeah, it's just super cool. And I like how it just like is, you know, embraced unapologetically. Makes me happy. Puts a smile on my face. Random luck. I'm Lee Shepard, the rules monger on recent missions, and it came up as I've been watching the streams, I guess. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's great to know. I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you guys found me, and guess I better get into the game here, or we're just gonna be sitting here all day listening to me monologue. Which I'll warn you now, that happens here on stream sometimes. So let me take a look at this mission here. Like I said, it's been a minute, and there's a little bit to read about this. So we're doing On the Run here. Okay, we're in Brudelberg here. Brudelberg, I don't know. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce these things correctly. But let me read you this intro text here. It says, as you rot in your filthy prison cell beneath the fortress city of Brudelberg, a shady jailer comes to you smelling of cheap gin and rancid oil, offering an illicit deal. He has found something valuable that he needs to keep hidden from his cruel and fanatical commander, the High Magistrate. Unable to leave his post, the jailer offers you your freedom if you will retrieve and deliver a package to his crooked cousin in Pigskin Port. So Pigskin Port is right over here. Okay. Will you accept this generous offer or refuse him and plot an escape on your own terms? If we refuse his offer, we actually do a different mission called Loot and Pillage, which we're not doing. So we're going to accept his generous offer. And he springs us out of the Undercity dungeon and sends us on our way with perhaps enough gear to survive the journey. So that gives us our starting items. We have a little bit of gold. I think we got 6 here on the Witch Smeller. And, we got 8 on the Alchemist. So we're actually, we got a decent chunk of change, actually. Also, now it's time to watch Opcost die rather quickly. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I usually fail on stream here, so that's a real thing that happens, right? Brudelberg. Okay. Root vegetable. Oh, that's nice. That's that was interesting. So we're gonna. That was special. Apparently we get some spam messages on YouTube chat also, not just on Twitch. I'm surprised, but nonetheless, it happened. Who knew? So we are here in Brudelberg. We've been sprung from prison. We have a small amount of cash, a couple of items, and it is our goal to go recover this mysterious package. It's over here, buried at the crossroads, okay? And we can go collect it, and then we have a couple of options about what to do with it. We complete our mission when we rest in kind of any one of a number of areas. So we can go collect this package, and we can take it to our friend, maybe friend, in Pigskin Port, right? So we are here in Brudelberg, and Pigskin Port is right over here, okay? In this area, near Witch Hill, the law is on the lookout. So these spots are going to give us some spicier encounters with the law, potentially. And the North Bridge over here is blocked off. So we kind of got to head this away. So down here in the crossroads is where our package is. Pigskin Port. So, you know, we could take it there, but we have to decide if we trust this guy's weird cousin, or if we're just doing him a favor and he's going to hit us in the head with a shovel. I don't know. Alternatively, we can take it over here to Gutfish Ford, okay? Deliver it to the village elders. Or we could take it way down here to the Stone Circle, a place of magical power, which I apparently just doesn't fit nicely on the camera. Okay, so we can take it to any one of those places. See what happens. Sorry, I'm just gonna deal with this. Yeah, I don't know what was up with the this one guy on YouTube, but shouldn't see his messages anymore. Woohoo! Setup complete. It's true. It's true. It's true. Opcost survived Halls of Hagra. It's true. I did beat Halls of Hagra, a notoriously difficult game. There is some small amount of hope. Okay, so we know our mission. We know kind of vaguely what we need to do. First, we're going to focus on going to recover this package down here at the crossroads. Okay, now each turn we go through 3 phases. They actually have like a really nice little reference card here. I feel like there's, anyway, whatever. I'm gonna mess this up at least a couple of times here, okay? But basically, we take a map action, we end up doing a sequence of stuff, we end up resting and exploring and things like that. Then we have a danger phase and an encounter phase, okay? So let me just set this here and we can maybe talk through this a little bit, okay? So it says each party chooses a map action because if we want, we can split up. I don't know if 2 characters is the right number to play with when playing solo. It just seemed appropriate, so that's what we decided to give it a whirl. Okay, so we could divide and conquer if we want. We're probably not going to do that, but basically we're going to pick a map action which involves like traveling. Okay, so some map actions, it shows this little fist here. That's because we have to pick like a stance. We can either be cautious or bold, okay? So force marching is going to require us to be bold, and we're going to have to do some like a constitution test after force traveling, or force marching rather, okay? But we can also just foot travel. We can travel. There's certain spots on the board where we can travel along the river, either between the lake ports that are marked with a sideways anchor, or river ports that's a kind of upright one. Probably not going to do that too much right now, and I believe we always have to travel downriver away from the Tunnel of Terror, if I recall correctly. Okay, we can also rest or void travel, which in our first scenario, let's just forget that exists. Okay, when we're resting, we get to do a bunch of stuff. So like we would take a rest action down here to explore in order to, you know, get that clue, I believe. So I'm not that great with the rules either. Isn't this your game? What do you mean you're not that great with the rules? I did beat Demon Ship, which a full year later I've still not beaten. Allison, listen, I beat Demon Ship, but like I speed ran that game. I died. I think I failed 5 times. Most of those times I died in like 2 or 3 turns. And then I got like as lucky as ever. I will never be that lucky again. And I think there's an ad playing. So anyway. Oh, you didn't write the rules. Okay, so you did the art. So did Lee do the rules then? Or 2 is tougher than with 3 as that gives you more options in a fight, but will make it more manageable while streaming it. Okay, yeah. That's true. Okay, well, let's get to it. So we're in an ad, but that's okay. We're not going to worry too much about that. You know what? We're going to deal with the danger phase and the encounter phase when we get there. And I think this is going to be like most streams. Listen, I feel rusty on Dungeon Degenerates. We're going to play through it. We're going to reference the rules copiously for the first couple of turns. I actually have a little rules reference that I printed out, a little shorthand thing that's going to help me not make any stupid mistakes, hopefully, because those happen on stream sometimes. So we're just going to kind of work our way through this as best we can and see how it goes. We're going to try and recover this this little thing from the crossroads and see what happens. I know all about what it is because I've played the scenario before, but it's been long enough that I don't really remember. So, yeah, let's talk about that. So, or not, let's just do it rather. Okay, so basically the deal here, you know, if we look at where we're at, right, we can just take our travel, but then we're traveling slowly essentially. So if we just travel, we'd be here on the road. If we force march, we go faster. We kind of go from one location to another location at the cost of having to do like a constitution check. So, you know, we just got out of prison. We're trying to, like, you know, act casual, right? We don't want to get caught here. So I think we're just going to actually take just a normal like foot travel action. Okay, we're going to just move here to along the path towards the crossroads. We'll get there next turn and we'll be happy about it. Okay, everything's going to be nice. Everything's going to be good. We're just going for a stroll. Act normal, act casual. We definitely didn't just break out of prison. You know, Lee is the new rules monger. Okay, got it. Eric Ratty wrote the rules based on ideas from my art and ideas. Okay, cool. I'd be curious, Sean, like, just, man, listen, honestly, all I want to do now is just talk to you about the game instead of play it. But I'd love to hear just some general thoughts about like how long it took you guys to develop it. Like to get to a first prototype. I'd love to just like kind of know about that generally. And if now's not the time, I'd love an opportunity to just like chat with you about that like on some other occasion. That'd be super cool. Because yeah, I dig this game so much. So yeah, I'd love to hear anything you want to share about it. I'd be happy to hear. And if you'd rather talk about that some other time offline or whatever, that's cool too. All right, so we've done our map phase. Wasn't very exciting. We just traveled down the road, acting cash, trying not to get do anything to draw too much suspicion. So now we're into the danger phase. Okay, we're gonna draw and resolve a danger card here. This is a nice thick deck that I've shuffled up. Okay, I think we get this per party. Yeah. So, let's take a look at what our danger card is. Oh, cool. Oh, great. This is fabulous. So, the mystical energies of the void flow and herald the approach of malevolent invaders from beyond. Each space with a void gate does something. We don't have any void gates. So I think not a lot's going to happen here, but I feel like that's firmly in the I'm not actually sure about that phase, right? So our danger level started, that's this here on the board. It's currently 3. In a scenario, the danger level continues across scenarios, right? This territory, is this the void area, I guess, up there? I don't know. I want to take I don't know how the void ones work. Got the burning lakes and crystal crater and so on. The danger level goes up there, I think. Or does it go up in each space with a void gate? Okay, hold on. This was a terrible one to get. You know what? We're going to retcon that card, and we're just going to do this one. Easy. Broken fishing nets, missing children, and strange webbed prints in the mud. Panic the remote community at Gutfish Ford. Okay, so now in the territory over here, we're going to increase the danger level. Oh, it literally says what to do about that Void Gate card in the reference on the next line that I didn't read yet. So, whoops. I'm game. It took about a year to develop, but the ideas have been with me since I started playing fantasy RPGs when I was 9 or so. That feels very believable. This feels kind of old school. That's part of the thing that I like about it, you know? So, you can skip raising danger as there are no Void Gates out. Yeah, well, too late now. Okay. So, our danger level in Gutfish Ford will increase. So Gutfish Ford is like a settlement. So I believe, if I get this correctly, danger is like a sliding scale between like, you know, high danger is 6, but it's orange. It's like -6, and safety is like +6. So like currently this Gutfish Ford here, I believe is level 2. So it would decrease to 1, I believe. There's a ton of these little tokens. I think I did that correctly. Hopefully. I'm sure I'll be told if I've made a mistake. That's right, the town's green level will go down. Nice, as it heads towards ruin. Well, we don't want that. But, yeah. Okay. So then we compare the danger level. This is a law card. But it's a danger level of 3 to our current space. Okay. I guess we should have picked a stance. We were cautious. We didn't have any reason to be bold. We were being you know, whatever, casual, trying not to get caught, right? Okay, so if it's equal to or low equal to or lower, then we have to resolve some cards here. But because we were being cautious, if we want, we can attempt to be stealthy. Okay, so we would do a perception test. If everybody passes, the effective value of our danger card is 1 higher. So cautiously optimistic is on brand for the channel. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, so we would, yeah, so our danger level in this, because we're on a road, I think we use the danger level on the territory here, which means 3. So we would have to, you know, do some fighting, which we'd really rather not deal with that, right? We'd have to draw 3 monster cards because we have 2 people in our party, which we'd really rather not. So the most practical thing for us to do here, oh, and we would fight from the law deck too, because this is that the bounty level? Man, it's funny. All the terms just get me like so confused immediately. No, this is the. What's the danger level for our territory here right now? Is it this danger level, the overall one, or is that just the bounty level for the law? This was also a like immediate question that I forget. I feel familiar, but not familiar enough to know. Told you the first couple turns are gonna be spicy, you know, because it has been a minute. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's our overall danger level. That's the bounty level. Okay, so what's the overall danger level for this region then? Okay, if it's a law card, compare with the bounty level first. The blue is the bounty level, okay? The space you're in is in the fields, which is a danger level 2 at the moment. Oh, because I put the card on it. Okay, because I was looking for, like, this is for each of the respective areas, right? Like, this is the fishmonger camp or whatever, the catacombs. The fields is the zone, the territory, and I had conveniently placed this card right on top of it because I'm an idiot. Okay, so we would compare, because this is a law card, we would compare against the bounty level. So it's the same thing. It's still equal to, we would resolve the monsters, but we would take them from the law deck over here instead of the fields deck. We don't want to do that, so we're going to try and be sneaky. We're going to try and do that perception check like we talked about. I got my teeny little dice tray here we're going to try and use. Okay, and our perception is, because we were cautious, we can make a perception check to be stealthy. Now the problem is we all have to succeed, because, you know, if I'm walking quietly and, you know, the mercenary alchemist here, we should name these guys, by the way. That would be a good thing for chat to come up with some names. But if our mercenary alchemist is, you know, having some indigestion, we're not gonna be able to sneak by, because if anybody gets caught, then that's that. So, let's do this perception check. So, we have perception at 8 on both of our characters. That means we're going to roll 2d6. If we get 9 or higher, we lose. Right? We fail our check. Right? Thank you for that follow. Martina with the skill issue redeem, really making my day complete. Okay, so we rolled a 10, which means we failed. Okay, so we're not that sneaky. We tried to, we intentionally did this. We didn't force march so that we could just, you know, walk and be casual, you know, look casual. But sadly, our mercenary alchemist, the indigestion got him. He's farting up a storm, and that drew some suspicion. And sadly, the law is on to us. So the card here shows that, oh, I guess that is zoomed in, that with 2 people in our party, we have to deal with 3 cards from the monster deck. We will use the law deck. Mercenary Alchemist, Boom Boom, short for Bartholomew Bromide. Ooh, okay. Boom Boom, the Mercenary Alchemist. I mean, that feels very literal, but I like it. I like it. Okay. Now, hold on. Hold on. Oh, whatever. I think we do the law. Do we only do the law? Now, look at that. Immediate, boom, rules question. Immediately. Look at me failing here. This has been rough. I feel bad. You know, Goblin Co's in chat, and I can't even get through a turn here without a majillion rules problems. But do I actually do the law deck here? Because I think we only do that when we're in a law space, right? Which would be like the town is a law space. These are law spaces. But this road is not, right? The crossroads is. But we're not in the crossroads. So do we actually do the law space? Or do we do just a normal monster deck? Does it not? Yeah, I don't know. The fields is a law space, so yeah, you definitely do it in this space. Oh, the whole fields is law. Ah ha ha ha. Okay, cool. So I felt like that was right, but I didn't know why. But yeah, there's our law symbol. So the whole territory here, the fields, is the law. It's near the last bastion of you know, whatever society, if dare we call it that, and it's the law. Okay, so let's deal with our law thing. So our card says we have to draw 3 cards from the law deck. Let's see what we get. We got a Plague Conscript. a saved scratcher, and a sin finder. The sin finder looks like they have been finding some sin, let me tell you. All right, so these are our friends here that we've discovered. I can't wait to get my butts kicked, or our butts kicked. We got Boom Boom the Alchemist. Did we get a name for our friend the Witch Smeller here? Gonna go have lunch. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully, I'm sure we'll still be playing when you get back. At the rate we're going here, it's gonna be hopefully turn 1 very slow. There's like an arc here, right? Turn 1 a little bit slow, and then we pick up steam after that, right? So, yeah. I guess we got to deal with our encounter phase here. We got 3 dudes. So, we... Did we have to do anything else on the card? No, we did not. Okay. Making sure I didn't forget to draw something here. I don't think so. Okay, so. Alright, so, when attacked from monsters from the law deck, you may bribe them to avoid fighting them. 1 adventurer in the party must make a morale test. If you fail, increase the bounty level and you must fight. If you pass, you can pay GP equal to the bounty level plus the total XP of all monsters in this space. So the total XP would be 4. We would have to pay $7 to bribe these guys away, which feels like a little bit exorbitant. I don't really want to spend... We only have... that's like half our money. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, right? That Flash Mom might get an early outing, though they're all XP value 1 monsters, I think. This one is an XP value 2, right? Witch Smeller, Lydia Van Smelten. Her friends call her Sniffles out of the friendly jest and a bit of jealousy for her abilities. Yeah, I think we can just fight them. I think we're just going to fight these guys and see what happens, right? We're not going to bribe them. They have various attributes on them, okay? So they have armor. All of these guys have an armor level of 1. Okay, it's in the bottom right corner here. It's probably very hard to read on stream. They have an attack value in the bottom left corner. So our saved scratcher only has an attack value of 1. This guy has an attack value of 4, and he has an attack value of 5, or she rather. So they could hurt potentially a little bit. Okay. This one's also ranged. So, yikes. The Sin Finder is not our friend. Okay. They also have hit points. So it's shown in the bottom 3, 3, and 7. So the Sin Finder is distinctly a lot stronger than the other 2, right? They're like a higher XP value. They give us some money. No surprise, they're a little bit more difficult. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think there are any arrival abilities here. But I'll be honest that I don't remember extremely well. All right, so let's do this fight. Ooh, I think there's actually a reference for the fighting. Oh, there's a reference for how to do the Doom cards, the danger cards. That would have been cool to know was there. I even talked about how great the reference was, and then I didn't look at it. But yeah, here's our combat round reference. So, establish targets. Okay, so we got to put each adventurer or each monster on an adventurer. Okay. So I think these are the what they choose to target. I don't know if that's is that like a triage list? Like, do they do that in order, left to right, or something? I don't know. This is the fighting is like the thing that I remember the least and don't. Well, that's their class. Oh, their target. Okay, so their target is this guy's target is the one with the lowest constitution. So it's tied. This one's the one with the highest agility. So the Sage Scratcher is going to target our Witch Smeller. And this one's the one with the lowest morale. So they're going to target the Mercenary Alchemist. And then we get to choose for the final one. So we're going to put this one on our Witch Smeller because the Sin Finder is the really nasty, mean one. I should have this zoomed out. My apologies. Okay. So these two are going to target our Witch Smeller. This one's going to target the Sin Finder. Okay. We're going to see how this goes. We resolve any arrival abilities, but there aren't any. So then we get to take our turns in perception order. But I think we're tied, so we get to choose. Okay. And we get to decide here in combat. Do we want to be in assault stance or do we want to be in guard stance? So are we on the offensive or are we taking, trying to be a little bit more cautious and guard ourselves, right? So I don't know which stance we're going to want. We're going to have to figure that out. The actions we can take, we can do an unarmed strike, okay, using either agility or strength, right? So probably we're not doing that. Okay, we can take an escape action where we run away. Which we definitely don't want to do. I feel like there's something missing here. Oh, we can either attack or do a combat action. Okay, I should have just read this other reference here. Okay, so we can use the attacks from our weapons, right? We could use our light pistol or our weighted pistol here, or we can always do an unarmed strike or escape test if we want. So we're going to kill these guys. We want them dead, right? Let's deal with our Witch Smeller first, okay? So if we have our weighted pistol here, we can attack with it. It says here, this attack ignores 1 armor, but if you roll 12 on your attack dice, you cannot use it again during this fight. Okay? And this requires us to be in assault. And we make our attack using strength. Or that's melee. That's melee. So range, we use perception. So we have, and we don't need to be in assault. Whatever. Anyways, we can, we have a check of 8 to shoot with our gun here. And it ignores 1 armor. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Probably what we're going to try and do, right? So let's make sure I get the stance correct here. Do I need to be in attack stance or assault stance rather, or no? Okay, we have to choose one of the monsters attacking us first. Okay, so we roll all of our dice together. So if we were in defensive stance, or guard stance rather, we're going to go roll 2 guard dice. We're going to roll our 2 attack dice, and we're going to roll a purple power die. Okay. Each monster targeting us is going to do their damage first. Okay. And we can use our power dice as a guard die when we're in the guard stance. Okay. And then if instead we were in assault stance, our power die counts toward our attack, basically. I remember this now. That sounds familiar. Okay. So we're going to start with our witch smeller. We're going to stay in guard stance because these guys are going to come punch us in the face, I think. And we're going to deal with them, and then hopefully we can attack, use assault stance to take some pot shots at the Sin Finder or something like that. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Which may be best to be on guard if you have lots of monsters on you. Makes it harder to hit, but easier to defend. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so we got our 5 dice here. We roll them all at the same time. Okay. And let's just see how it goes. So we want low rolls, right? Low's good. We got 7 on our defense, 6 on our attack, and our power die is a 4, which I'll have to see how we resolve that. Okay, so each monster targeting you inflicts damage equal to its attack value. This is reduced by your armor, if any. Do we have any armor? I don't think that we do. We would have armor from like our items and so on. Which, our witch smeller's nose actually doesn't really protect us that much. So these guys have a combined attack of 5, okay? That sucks. If your defense dice is equal to or less than your agility, so we have an agility of 8, our defense dice was a 7, okay? So we reduce the damage from each monster targeting us by our single highest defense die. So we can reduce the damage from each monster by 4, okay? It's probably hard to see on stream. I'm putting them on top of something green, which makes it extra hard. But that means we don't take any damage, because we'll reduce this attack from 1 to, 0, and from 4 to 0. So that's pretty cool. Okay? And if we're in guard stance, we may use each of our power dice to reduce damage from one monster only. We may not assign multiple power dice to the monster. Okay, so we could use this as an additional one to block that much damage, but only, we don't need to, and only for one monster. This is for each monster. If we succeed, this is for only one monster. Okay? So, now we look at our perception, because that's what we tested with our weighted pistol. Okay, we had a 6. I don't know. How does range work? Can we use a ranged attack, or are these guys like in melee damage of us, or melee range of us? I don't know. Is ranged only for people who aren't immediately attacking us? I don't know. Attack types have no associated rules, but may be referenced by other abilities and effects. Okay, so we can do a ranged attack by putting our gun right to their temple and shooting them. You know what? having you in chat to correct all my rules mistakes is super handy. I appreciate it very, very much. Okay, so we're going to do a ranged attack here. We rolled 6, which is lower than 8, so we passed our check. Okay. So we're going to do damage equal to our highest single attack die. So we actually rolled really nicely because we rolled a 1 and a 5. So our highest single die is quite high. It's a 5. Okay. So I think we have to pick a target here. These guys both have 3. But obviously we want to get rid of our Plague's Conscript, right? Because he attacks us for 4. This guy only attacks us for 1. Like, we have... Who cares, right? So we're going to attack our Plague Conscript here. We should have chosen our target before we resolved it, so we'll have to remember that for next time. But that's okay. And this guy's dead. I'll just set that aside for now. He's dead. He's dead. Now, potentially we could do like a quick action or something here, but not with this guy. So let's go deal with the Sin Finder over here with our Mercenary Alchemist. Same kind of thing applies, except she's got an attack of 5, which is yucky. We don't like that. So we are definitely going with the old guard stance here. Okay? So we're going to roll the same dice. He was the obvious target anyways. Yeah, totally. Okay, so what do we got in here? Let's take a look at our items first before we do this. We really didn't, these didn't help us. I mean, we used our weighted pistol, but this didn't do anything. The Flash Bomb, discard this card and each monster in your space becomes dazed until your next turn. Each adventurer in your space other than you must make an agility test. Okay, let's forget the Flash Bomb. I think we could just, our light pistol ignores an armor. And we're going to choose to believe that we're just going to like one-tap this Sin Finder. We're going to shoot her right in the face. It's going to be fine. What could go wrong? We don't need our Flash Bomb. I choose to believe. We're going to take our power dice. We're going to stay in guard stance so we don't take a ton of damage here. We're going to roll all of these. What do we test here? Perception. So we succeeded. Oh, whoops. But we failed our defense roll. Please be high. That's not high. Okay, so mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. That's okay. That's okay. So, for our defense roll, we test agility. We have an agility value of 7. Okay. We failed. We got an 8. So, because we failed, we don't get to reduce the damage by this at all, but we can use our single highest power die, which is sadly this 2. So they have an attack of 5 less 2. We are going to take 3 wounds. Well, that sucks. Boom. Sucks to suck. Okay, but we did get 8 on our perception for our attack. We ignore 1 armor with this attack. Okay, so she has an armor value of 1. We're just going to ignore that. But she does unfortunately have 7 health. We get to pick our highest value die. We rolled 2 4s, so we're going to do 4 wounds to her. There's probably a really clever way of marking those. Probably these wound tokens that I left in a bag way over here. So let's get some of those out. Okay, our friend here has taken 4 wounds. She does not die. And that was one round of combat. Our remaining ones should be a little bit faster. So, we basically, you know, do rounds of combat, like do another round of combat till we're done, right? I believe. Yeah, when either all adventurers or monsters are removed. So, let's do it again. Let's deal with our witch smeller here. I don't think we need guard stance. So why don't we go on the assault here? Let's get rid of this saved scratcher. Let's deal with him. Whoops, got to roll it in the dice tower. All right, we rolled a 5, a 1 on our power die, which is pretty useless, but a 5 on our attack dice. So he only has an attack of 1. We successfully defended and reduced that by 3. He will do no damage to us. However, we succeeded at our attack, and we ignore his 1 armor and do 3 damage. He only has 3 health. He is dead. Perfect. And we could have buffed that with our little power die here, I believe. So technically move the red blood counter up rather than your HP down. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. You're right. I forgot there was a wound thing. And she has 1 armor, but our pistol, our light pistol, ignores 1 armor. So I think she was supposed to take 4 damage, I believe. I think I did that one correctly. And I think our mercenary alchemist here, the merc, boom, the merc is going to stay in guard stance. We really don't want to take any damage. Ah, you have corrected the rules, Monger. Yeah, that's very surprising. All right, so we succeeded this time. We rolled a 6 on our agility check. So we will reduce her attack by 4, our highest die. Sadly, she attacks for 5, which I kind of forgot. So we still are going to take a damage here. Okay. But then we succeeded at our perception check. We got a 5, so we get to do 4 damage to her. We ignore her armor, and she is dead. I want to see what this power die would have done when we use it in a. Oh, wait. We did guard. We didn't use assault. We used guard, so we do not take the damage. My mistake. But if we had done assault, we can instead use the power die as our... So we could have done 6 if we had done assault. It doesn't matter. We do 4 and she's dead anyhow. So we're happy. We're happy. Hard to read the cards on my screen. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I would say that, like, I do try to make it so that the cards are legible. I am going to be setting something up to make that quite a bit better soon, probably this next coming week. But overall, generally, this is a big game, and keeping it on the table means I'm a little bit more zoomed out than usual. So even when I do the funky little zoom in, it's like, you know, her attack value is like 3 pixels. Like, there's no way that you could read that, right? So the good news is we defeated all of these guys, and we took a handful of wounds, and that's about it. Okay? So we reduce the danger level in our space. Does that mean that we reduce the danger level in the overall area, or just here? I'm not sure. Probably overall, but... Oh, do not change the danger level if you fought only law monsters. So never mind. The danger level doesn't actually change. Okay, cool. So we survived our first encounter, and that was like that took forever. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably like 4 hours into this stream. That was one turn. The first turn was rough. First turn was rough, but it gets better from here on out. Okay. So, do we take the XP and loot values immediately and then discard these? I think so. I think we do. Looting. Where's looting in my reference here? Looting. Okay, if you win a fight, you collect XP, GP, and possibly loot as rewards. Okay. So, we collect our XP. I'm going to assume that we gain XP from our respective ones that we killed. So we get 2 here and 2. And no money, but 2 XP on that guy. And these guys are discarded. Okay. So we roll a d6 for a loot roll. We're going to roll the 1 extra power die on principle that we haven't used. And if we roll equal to or less than the total XP earned. So the total XP earned was 4. Oh my god, I'm in the front cam apparently. Who knew? Alright, so I think we do the loot individually as well. So we roll and we get loot if we get 2 or lower. I think. I'm sure I will be corrected. Let's see what we roll for our witch smeller. Of course, it's the ambiguous 4. I was hoping we would just roll a 6 and then we wouldn't know. Okay, so it's 2. Yeah. So we failed our loot roll there, and we rolled another 4 for our alchemist. So we failed both of our loot rolls. We do not get any loot, but that's that. We're done with those. I feel like I might have maybe I should have looked more closely at the traits on these cards, and they might have mattered. But we'll do that next fight. It'll be fine. All right. Okay, so we made it through our encounter phase, and that was. It took forever. I feel so badly, but nonetheless, we made it through all of the hard parts of remembering the rules, and now we can like play a lot faster, which is going to feel real good, right? It's going to feel real good. So, why don't we go over to the crossroads here, right? Our casual walking didn't really work that well, but we can continue our casual stroll, and we are now in the crossroads. Now I think we need to take a rest action in order to explore and pick that up. So we're gonna have to hang out here for a bit. That will be like our next turn, right? I think so. This rules reference is great, except for the fact that finding anything in it, I really shouldn't have printed this double-sided. That was dumb. Yeah, that's how we pick it up. We explore, take an explore action. So, anyways, we'll do that next time. We're gonna casually walk toward the crossroads, where we killed some dudes, bang bang bang, and now we've resumed our little slow casual walk. Yeah, nothing to see here. Don't worry about it, guys. It's fine. And can't tell if you moved GP. I did move the GP. I gave the 2 GP to our mercenary alchemist. Thank you for that. A question I'll ask you, because it didn't matter because we were fighting law, but if we had fought normal monsters and had to change the danger level, would it have affected the overall danger level for the fields? Like the 2 here? Or would we have put out like a different danger marker just specifically on that road section? Fields would go to 1. Okay, cool. Hey, Sean, welcome back. I struggled through my first turn, but literally that's all that's happened while you were gone. You didn't miss very much. We plotted through some rules things. It feels... I remember now. Like I said, it's been a couple years since Dungeon Degenerates hit the table, so I feel a lot better. All right, so our map action this time was to resume our slow walk over to the crossroads. We're going to explore it next time in order to get this clue. But in the meantime, we got to do our danger phase. So what do we get? Oh, hey, look, it's the fields. It's the crossroads. It's literally where we are standing right now. Horrible things lurk amongst the crops, waiting for travelers to set upon and devour amongst the fields. And this has the Hand of Doom on it. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. This one's spicier. Hey, look, I'm going to use this huge reference for how to resolve the danger cards. So we increase our danger level at the crossroads, which doesn't have a marker under the clue. It doesn't. So I think that means the fields goes to 3, I believe. And then I think we move the Hand of Doom to the crossroads. Or I guess this was for the fields. So we increase the danger level of the fields, that's right. And then I think we put the Hand of Doom out in the crossroads. I don't know the significance of that. I don't remember that part. But I believe we do that. I'm sure I'm being corrected. Only move the Hand of Doom if the Doom track is full. Okay. Never mind. Hand of Doom doesn't exist. Okay. So, let's compare the danger value. Well, it's a 2. So, that's sucky. I don't like that. Yeah. That sucks. You know, I could have done without getting the card that was, you know, for like literally like where we are, like hanging out in the fields. Like I could have gone for a different one personally, but that's okay. It's okay. So I think we're just fighting this one, right? Because even if we had stealth, we would still, because if it's equal, we have to fight, right? Equal to or less. So I guess we're fighting. You know what? I liked fighting. Let's just punch him in the face. We don't want to be stealthy. We're gonna punch some dudes. So 3 monsters again. This time it is from the Lowlands monster deck, not the law deck. They knew you were coming. That'll teach you to go on missions for shady jailers with weird cousins. It's true, there are weird cousins. Oh yes, and there is an encounter on this one as well. You're right. I totally neglected that whole other thing. So we got to draw and resolve a card from the encounter deck, which I believe we do first before the monsters. So let's do this Lowlands encounter, because yeah, that's a thing right there. So what do we get? Suspicious local, it says. A nervous traveler watches you intently from a distance. Can you trust him not to report you to the authorities? Well, he probably saw us kill the law, so that's not ideal. The party may approach, fight, or ignore the suspicious local. I feel like ignoring him would be a bad idea. We could just... We're nice guys. We don't want to fight him, right? Surely we approach him. Surely let's approach him. Okay. Approach. Each adventurer in the party must attempt a morale or strength test to reason with or intimidate the local. If the party scores more successes than failures, discard this card, and the party may then bribe him with gold equal to the bounty level per adventurer to reduce the bounty level. If you fail, you must fight. I want to fail. I don't want to do that. Forget that. I'm not... Listen. We approached him. He turns out he's a jerk asking for a bribe, and we're going to kill him. You should action that after the fight, though it doesn't matter in this instance. Okay. Weird cousins always get you in trouble. That is very true. That is very true. Reducing the bounty level isn't the worst use of gold, though. I guess. Okay, fine. We said we were going to approach him. Let's approach him. Okay, so we have to test either morale or strength. So, we're weak. We don't have we're not very intimidating. We have 6 strength. Morale is 7 over here and 9 over here. And we have to each do this. And because we only have 2 adventurers, we get, we need to both succeed. Because we need to have more successes than failures. Which the only way to do that is to have 2 successes. So let's just get the mercenary alchemist out of the way first. His morale is lower. He's got 7. And of course, hey, we rolled an 8. So we failed. Now, I think at any time we can use luck to reroll, right? Like we could use luck to reroll a die, I believe. So that's an option we have. But gaining the luck back isn't necessarily very easy. You may spend 1 luck to reroll any 1 die. You may reroll as many times as you want, but each reroll costs 1 luck. Is this the time to reroll? Like, do we really care about bribing this guy, or are we okay just fighting him? I don't know. Let's try and be lucky. Let's spend our luck. Reroll this die. Oh my god, we got a 5. So we pass. Yikes. And then we have to also succeed with our witch smeller. Hey, we got snake eyes. There we go. That's I believe snake eyes is an automatic success. So we convinced him. All right. Discard this card and the party may then bribe him with gold equal to the bounty level per adventurer. So we got to put up $6 to reduce the bounty level. So this one's out. We're just going to have our friend here mostly pay this. He paid 5. We got $5 on each one of our guys here. Okay. And we get to reduce the bounty level. So it's now 2. Instead of 3. Pretty cool. And we got to fight these dudes still. So I think I did that in the wrong order maybe, but that's okay. 3 guys from the Lowlands monster deck. In a campaign, it's best to leave that for really dire situations, but on a one-off, not the worst. Yeah, that's what I felt, actually. I was thinking exactly that. So. Okay, so we get 3 monsters. Let's see what we get. We got a feral scratcher, a mega rat, which looks extremely unpleasant, and a ghoul. Because why wouldn't we have those things? So I'm going to actually look at the reference here so I don't get this wrong, because there are monster abilities. So, are any of these arrival abilities? Drain, Infect, Dimwit, and Onslaught? No, they are not. Okay, cool. So we don't have to worry about arrival abilities. That's good. But we do have to assign these guys to their respective targets. So the feral scratcher here, who looks... Feral seems like a very good word. He needs something to eat. He's looking a little iffy. So he attacks the one with the highest magic. That is our friend, the mercenary alchemist. Okay. And then our mega rat goes for the one with the highest agility. That's our friend, the witch smeller. And then lowest strength on the ghoul. So we get to decide because we have 6 strength on each of these. So I think these enemies, the mega rat is the meanest of them all. None of them are particularly nasty, but the mega rat is a little stronger, a little healthier. I mean, the ghoul is also... Actually, the ghoul is just as strong as the mega rat. But I think we're gonna assign our targets that way. And then let's make sure we don't screw up the abilities this time, because I think I did. So our mega rat here has infect. When you receive 1 or more wounds from this monster, you become infected. I don't want to be infected, especially not by this guy. I don't know where those teeth have been. He has like a chain as a nose ring. He has a tattoo. Never trust a rat with a tattoo. Rules to live by. Okay, so we don't want to get infected. Our ghoul over here has drain, so it says at the end of each combat round, this monster recovers 1 wound if it inflicted at least 1 wound on its target. Yikes. And then our feral scratcher here has dimwit. On the first round after it enters a fight, its attack value is d6. So let's just roll that now. Let's roll 1d6, see what its attack value is. Its attack value is 3, which is its normal attack value, so we'll just ignore that. And then Onslaught. This monster gains +1 attack while targeting an adventurer who is in guard stance. So, overall, all of these are really sucky. So this guy's functionally attack 4 if we're in guard stance. This guy's also attack 4. Neither of them has any armor. This one's a little easier to kill, 3 versus 5. This dude is going to infect us if he hits us and has an attack of 5 and a health of 5. So, yuck. And we do get to choose the order that we're going to resolve these in. We're going to just go with the witch smeller first every time. Infect is nasty too. Yeah, these all suck. I don't care for this at all. So we are gonna go with guard stance because we don't want this mega rat to hit us, and we resolve, like, the attacks get resolved simultaneously, essentially. Them first, then us. Yeah, let's go with the old guard stance for the mega rat, and we're gonna use our weighted pistol here and see what happens. Oh yeah. Whew. All right. So we were successful. This is a very positive outcome for us overall. You know, we're happy with this. Yeah, because tie is a pass. So we got 8 here, which our agility is 8. So that's the test we do for our defense. So we get to block up to 5. His attack is 5, so we won't take any damage. And our power dice was a 6, so we were in the clear here. And then we rolled a 4 for our attack. We get to do 3 damage to him. That's the higher of our 2 dice. So sadly, we won't put him down this turn, but we will do 3 damage, and we do not get infected because we successfully defended from his attack. I think we basically really, with only 2 adventurers here, it feels like our bandwidth for using assault is low. I feel like we're going to spend a lot of time cautiously sniping at things in guard stance with our guns, you know? So, we're going to stay in guard stance on our Mercenary Alchemist. Boom Boom, the Mercenary Alchemist. I don't remember our witch smeller's name. Allison will have to remind me. All right. So this one we did less well. We did a lot less well. So we whiffed our attack completely. We got a 9. Okay? And we succeeded at our defense with a 4, but we get to block 2 damage. Now we can use our power die to block 5 damage, but only for one of the monsters, because there's 2 of them attacking us. So we get to block 2 from each and 5 from one. So sadly, I think our Mercenary Alchemist is going to continue getting his butt kicked, right? We're going to block the ghoul because we don't want to... I mean, I guess drain doesn't really matter because he's full health anyway. But nonetheless, we're going to, on principle, we're going to block the ghoul. And then we block 2 damage from our Feral Scratcher's attack. Because we were in guard stance, he does a +1, so he has 4. So we will still take 2 wounds. And our Mercenary Alchemist here is kind of slowly getting his ass kicked. He has taken 5 wounds total, compared to 0 for our Witch Smeller. But it sure looks to me like we didn't actually kill anybody, and we're going to have to continue fighting. Lydia Van Smelten, or Von Smelten, there you go. You'll be in guard until you get more stuff. You'll be in guard for a bit. Yeah, I agreed. Okay, so we're gonna go through that again. We're gonna keep it how it was. Our Witch Smeller is gonna try to put down this rat. What'd we get? Whew! Okay, we did it again. This is actually a great success overall. We succeeded at our test. We block 5. He doesn't hit us. We don't get infected. We're happy. And we succeeded at our attack as well. We get to do 4 damage. That means our Mega Rat is dead. So that is sweet. We'll be happy with that, you know? We do have the Intimidate skill, but we can't use that unless we're in Assault stance, which we were not. So we're just going to pretend it doesn't exist, and we're going to see what happens with our Mercenary Alchemist. And hopefully this time he learns how to use his gun. He was loading it last round. You know, it's like a flintlock or something. He's like, gotta put some gunpowder in there and get it all prepped up. Now the Witch Smeller can go all assault to help the Alchemist. Exactly. Put those guns to work. I dropped that not in the thing, and it caused me to fail. But we're just going to pretend that that didn't happen and that I'm not an idiot. Nonetheless, we failed our defense roll. So we are going to take the full brunt of these guys' attack. Now, this guy he still attacks for 4. They both attack for 4. We do get to use our power die, though. But only for one of them. I think that's correct. Even if we fail, we get to use our power dice. I think. Defense roll. Use each power die. Okay, yeah. So we only have 1 power die, so we get to assign this to one of them. So we can block the ghoul. Right? That's cool. Sadly, that means we still take 4 wounds. Our Mercenary Alchemist is sort of starting to look pretty, like, this is rough. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 14 health and we've taken 9 wounds. The good news is we know we're taking a rest action next turn, which means we have an opportunity to heal up a little bit. Now, we did succeed at our attack, so that's good. And neither of these guys have any armor, and they have... this guy has 5 health. We can do 5 damage to him, and we can just end this ghoul, so we no longer have to deal with him. Whoops. I dropped a token. So let's get the ghoul out of here. And now we're just left with this feral scratcher. We've suffered a lot of consequences here on our poor mercenary alchemist. But the good news is, as you recall, we're lucky enough to get to choose, like, we're going to choose our witch smeller here in assault mode. Because they should be able to target this feral scratcher and just shoot them in the head before they do any further damage to our friend, the Boom Boom. Lydia has come to our aid. I guess I didn't need to roll those defense dice. I'm not defending from anything. But we succeeded at our thing, and we can use... well, we only get to use one of them, right? It's either our highest die or our highest power die, but they're the same. We got a 3 or a 3. The good news is they have no armor, and we just get to do 3 damage to them. So they're dead. All right. We succeeded. We did it. So, let's gain some XP and stuff. So, 2 XP... and a gold, and just an XP over here. Okay, and then we get to roll and see if we get any loot. So we'll roll for the witch smeller. She has to roll a 1. Oh my god, she did it! We get loot, friends. We get loot. That's cool. I didn't anticipate that was coming. I'm happy. Let's make sure we get this right. I think we draw from the deck. I do love the names of the characters. Witch Smeller gets to claim... Oh! You're right, because the Witch Smeller killed the Feral Scratcher. So, in fact, would have got loot by rolling 2 or less, and we rolled a 1. So that's cool. Whoop. Whoop. Let's fix that up. Alright. So we got some loot. Let's get this right. Looting. How does looting work? So we draw a loot card. And that's that. Okay. Now some of the loot cards, loot in this game is a little tricky because some of these cards are actually monsters. My favorite monster that I've seen in this game is in the loot deck. But we found Scratch. Is it item alchemical? Scratchers always target you. You may use a rest action provided by one of your items, skills, or masteries, even if you already used it this turn. Then you become fatigued and poisoned, and you must discard this card. So, that's an interesting thing to get. I'm not sure. Anyways, it requires a morale of less than 8. So we actually can't even use this item because our morale is simply too high. But we can probably gift it to our friend, the alchemist, given that it's an alchemical item. You know, that seems very reasonable. He can buy alchemical items back from the discard pile as well, because of that's his alchemy skill. Now, his loot roll, right? He has to roll a 1. Holy crap, he did it as well. All right. Rolls perfectly for apparent win. Still really a loss. Absolutely on brand. You've never been more right. You've never been more right. Okay, so, and yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right about the luck. Gain 1 luck if you pass your magic test with doubles while using alchemy. So, strictly speaking, yes, he can gain luck that way, but it feels unlikely. So what did he find? A trail ration. Discard this card at any time during the map action phase to remove the fatigued and weakened conditions. It looks highly suspect. I don't want to eat that, but you know what? I'm glad we have it, right? I believe we get fatigued when we force march. So, yeah. We have to pass a constitution test or become fatigued. So we don't necessarily do it, but that gives us an option there. I don't know what might cause us to become weakened, but we're just going to worry about that later. We got some loot and we're happy about it. We can also slough this off on somebody, this questionable looking packet for $1, you know, and see what happens. Okay, so we survived. We got beat up by some random dudes in the lowlands, but we did survive. And now we get to pick another map action. And this time, we want to collect this clue. So we are going to rest. So resting, I feel like resting is weird. A little weird. We go through it in like a very procedural way, I think. I think we start with like resting. Okay. Let's take this rest action. Each adventurer in morale order may take turns and perform any number of rest actions. So we can perform... Oh, can we not actually rest very effectively here? Camp actions can be taken in a space with a danger level. Town actions may be performed in an area with a town level. But we have to recover. So any space would have a danger level, right? It just has the field danger level. It doesn't, I don't think it needs to have a specific danger level. Okay, so in morale order, we're doing this. So that means we start with our witch smeller. So we would take a recover action, but we don't need to because we don't have any. We haven't taken any damage. We don't have any status conditions either. Okay. Then we can one adventurer, only one, can make a perception test. Okay, to explore this, which allows us to get our clue. Okay, so we're going to do our perception test. Oh, I can reduce the danger level in the fields. You're right, it's back down to 2 because we killed those monsters. We've done something for society by getting rid of those bad guys. Good call, good call. All right, so let's take our perception test here and see what happens if we successfully explore. I was 100% expecting to fail, but no, we rolled a 6. We successfully explore. So let's take a look at our mission book for clue 6. So we get to remove clue 6, and we draw a random card from the mission deck, which is literally these 2 cards, which I shuffled earlier, but I'm going to shuffle again, just because. Okay, so what we're looking for here is the Soothsayer's Head, but we might be unlucky. So let's just stop here and see what we get. Hey, it's the Soothsayer's Head. We found it. This is what we were looking for all along. And this gets discarded to the loot discard pile. When you dig up the Soothsayer's Head, its haunting, raspy voice whispers to you in an ancient tongue. If any adventurer in the party meets the requirements of the Soothsayer's Head card, so that's Magic 7 or higher, or Puritan, so we do meet that, we're Puritan and we have high magic anyway, they can make sense of his desperate pleas to be returned to his home at Stone Circle. If you lose the Soothsayer's Head, place it in the loot to discard pile. Do not place it back into the mission deck. So, there's a relic. It's worth 13 bucks. That's a lot. It says you may pay the Soothsayer's Head 1 luck to look at the value of any face-down clue counter on the board. I think that would be a lot more helpful in a different scenario. So we're not going to do that. That's like a rest action that we can do. Yeah, basically, our soothsayer's head here is pleading for us to take him to his home in the stone circle, which is very far away, right? That was the wrong one. It's way over here. We are here in the crossroads. That's like the other side of the world. Our ever trusty jailer who sprung us out said, hey, take this to my cousin. The cousin's up here in Pigskin Port. Or, you know, if we're not feeling it, we can just run as far away as possible over here to Gutfish Ford, where we're far from the law and the soothsayer's head might be of use to somebody. So I feel like we need to... You say unlucky, some of my best friends have fungal parasites. Nice, nice, nice. We're rich and have fungal parasite friends. Yay! All right, I say we make the long trek to take this to the stone circle. It's the right thing to do. Also, we're, you know, a witch smeller. We're puritanical. We you know, are devout and believe in doing the right thing to cleanse this soothsayer's head. I don't know. Cleanse maybe not the right word. We're going to the stone circle. Whatever. Okay. So our mission is to take it to the stone circle. Let's do it. Let's do it. We do have to complete our rest action. So we can improve. So we can take a skill from the skill deck if we meet its requirements in exchange for its XP cost. Or we can get the mastery version of our existing skills. Okay, so we would flip this over. So to get the mastery version of Intimidate, we would need 8 XP, which we do not have. So we currently have 6 XP, but we could probably buy a skill, right? It's worth taking a look. We can invest in a town if we're in a space with a town level, but it costs us 20 gold collectively, which we don't have anyway. We can take a... If we were in town, we could trade. But we are not. And we're not in a place where we can invest either. So, basically, we can spend some XP. And then we do our rest action for him as well. So, I don't know what kind of skills are available here. But maybe let's see if we can find something that involves using our gun. This Burley says you may carry an additional heavy item. I don't even know what the restriction is on heavy items. Combat reflexes is a skill. Gives us additional agility if we're a hunter or rogue. That would be cool. Dauntless. You may use morale for force march tests in place of constitution. We have a morale of 9. So that means we have a really low likelihood of getting becoming fatigued or whatever. Okay, you can carry 2 heavy items. I feel like that sort of thing would matter a lot more, you know, if we're playing a campaign, right? We're just doing this as a little one-shot here. Well, find weakness seems extremely useful, but it costs 8 XP. Our friend here, honestly, Okay, I don't want to spend all day looking at this, so we're gonna take Dauntless, because we're gonna force march our way across the planet here up like very soon. That lets us use morale for force march instead of constitution, because we have extremely high morale. I hope it's morale, and I haven't been saying that wrong the whole time, and it's something else. Anyways, and then our friend over here, well, we'll get to him anyway. Anyway, we're gonna recover first. So, we have to do a morale test. He has 7. Let's see what we get. This lets us recover wounds. We would really like to be successful here. We got 6. That's a success. Okay, cool. So I think that means we recover wounds equal to our morale value. Yeah, we do. We cannot recover wounds this way while infected or in a perilous space. That would be bad. So we're going to recover 7 wounds. We're basically like full health again. Living the dream. We don't have to explore, but we can take that improve action. I think because we keep getting our ass kicked, I think it's going to be fun. We're going to take the gourmet skill just for shits and giggles, because it seems very enjoyable to me. At the end of a fight, you may consume one brute, filth, or goblin that your party destroyed. If you do, make a constitution test. If you pass, recover wounds equal to your lowest single die. If you fail, you become poisoned. Wait, I didn't read the poisoned part of that. That's less fun. That's less fun. Never mind. Never mind. Let's put that back. Oh, man. Hey, let's mend wounds. That's good. Make a magic test. If you pass, you and each other adventurer in your party recovers 1 wound, and this skill or mastery cannot be used by another member of your party this round. That's fine. I like mending wounds. Mending wounds sounds good. Basically gives us an additional opportunity to heal a little bit, right? That doesn't seem horrible to have, you know? I think we have to do that when we're resting, but that's okay. I like recovering extra stuff. Now, we did spend 8 on that, not 6. I guess we could have also got the mastery for our alchemy. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? We'll live with our choices. We'll live with our choices. Okay, so we did our rest action. And we discovered the Soothsayer's head. We've decided we're going to do the correct thing and take him back to the stone circle. And we got to do the danger phase here. So what do we get? Hulking inhuman shapes are spotted shambling across the shore of Tower Island. So, Tower Island is somewhere down here, down there. We gotta raise the danger level. Let's not go there. 5, that's pretty spicy. Now, we are in a law space. That sucks. I mean, this whole area is the law, but we're really for sure in a law space, like for sure. Now the bounty level is currently 2, but that means that we still have to deal with the law. We could try sneaking, right? if we wanted. Whatever, let's just deal with it. It's one guy. How bad can it be, right? How bad can it be? It's a plague finder. He attacks the guy with the lowest constitution. That's a tie. Gas? Uh-oh, that's got to be like an arrival one, isn't it? Shit. Maybe it can be bad. Each adventurer in the monster's space must make a constitution test. If you fail, you become poisoned. Well, that's bullshit. How bad can it be? Okay, so let's start by doing our constitution test for our witch smeller. We succeeded. We rolled a 3. And our mercenary alchemist rolled a 5. So we're fine. We're fine. Your gas wasn't that bad. We are the master of gas. That's how we attracted all that attention earlier. We're actually immune to that. Ha! Joke's on you, idiot. Alright. We're going to have him attack the witch smeller because it's a tie on constitution. Lowest constitution. He also has the pain ability. Pain says when you receive one or more wounds from this monster, make a constitution test. If you fail, you become stunned until the end of your next turn. If you become poisoned due to wounds taken from a monster with... Okay, whatever. Alright, so we don't want to take any damage from this guy. But the good news is there's only one dude and there's 2 of us. And we have the flexibility because we have... because we're tied, we can choose the order of operations here. We're going to have our mercenary alchemist shoot this guy with his gun. We fart in your general direction. Exactly. And those farts, they are rough. All right. Let's see what we get here for our friend, the mercenary alchemist. Okay. Well, we're not doing a whole lot of damage, it turns out. I rolled the defense dice again, even though it doesn't matter. And this is the worst camera angle ever. These were useless. We succeeded at our attack, but we got a 2. And he has 2 armor. Now, our gun ignores 1 armor, so we'll still do a damage to this guy. But we'll literally do 1. That feels really unfortunate. But I think we're just going to take what we can get. We're going to do that 1 damage and call it a day. We could use luck or something. We have a little bit of luck here. But, like, I don't know. I don't think so. Alright. Now our witch smeller. Now we need those things. We're definitely in the guard stance here. We do not want to take damage and suffer pain. So let's go. Alright. Great success. We're just kicking butt here. So, we rolled a success. We have 4 for his 4 damage. We're fine. And then we succeeded at our attack and we did a 6. So we'll put up 6 less his 2 armor. We ignore 1. So 6 less 1 will do 5 damage. He's dead. We killed the Plague Finder. Boom. We're going to take that XP, take that gold, be happy. We get to roll to see if we get any loot. We do not, but that's okay. We still get to reduce the danger level of the fields. If I can find an appropriate thing. Ugh. I don't think we ever had to put a 1 out on the board last time. Ever. Yeah, the flow for this game is a lot better when I remember the rules. When we've had a little bit of practice and gotten warmed up, life goes a lot faster. Okay. So, there was no encounter on that card. We're done. On to our next turn. Now, it might be time to start force marching. let's plot a little bit. Let's plan. Law fight, so not this time. Oh, that was law, wasn't it? Ah, damn it. All right, that's okay. That's okay. Man, it is so useful having someone so familiar with the rules in chat. Appreciate you, man. Okay, so let's plot a little. Let's plan a journey here, right? We're over here at the crossroads. We've picked up the soothsayer's head. We have to get over to here, but we have like a couple options, right? We could come to East Bridge here, and then we can just, you know, work our way there, like through these various areas. These are law spaces. You know, we kind of, the law is really entrenched in this area of the board, the lowlands, and then they kind of like lose their grip elsewhere, but they're actively patrolling in this area because of our escape from jail. So that's an option. The other option is that we could come here to East Bridge, and then we could travel like downriver, I think. How does this work again? Maybe we can't do that from East Bridge. Let's see, because it's those damn icons. We can go from one lake port to another lake port, or from one river port to an adjacent river port downriver. So it says that we can go from East Bridge to Dusk Falls, or to the Fishmonger camp, which is down here. Oh, I see. Because we can travel from these ones to any other river port. So we could go down river to Dusk Falls and then bring it up this way. I think that's the move. We're going to try and sneak our way to East Bridge, pay a little ship to get us down to Dusk Falls, and then run our way up to the Stone Circle. Not that he looked like your local Bobby. Yeah, that's right. He had that, you know, classic policeman's hat or gas mask. Either way, that guy. Yeah. I love the art style in this game so much. Okay, so the question is, do we want to just kind of meander our way over to East Bridge, or do we want to, you know, force march? When we force march, we basically spend fewer turns, right? Instead of spending 2 turns to get here, we just would get there immediately, right? We just move right there, be happy. Let's try the force march. We can't be cautious. We have to be bold when force marching. I know the law, like, the fields are really safe. Maybe we don't force march yet, and we just, you know, suffer the consequences. We're gonna get into some spicy stuff. Whatever. Let's just do it. Let's go fast. Let's go fast. Okay, so we're gonna force march. Now we need to make a constitution test to see if we become fatigued. So, our friend the alchemist failed. God, I don't know. This guy sucks. he's not doing it. Now we do have this thing that lets us get rid of fatigued. So there's that at least. Oh, I don't need this. I need one of these. I got stunned, slimed, poisoned, fatigued. He can no longer force march. And I believe that lasts, because we're not fighting, until the next time we recover. So, that's a shame. Now, he can get rid of that with his trail ration. So it's a good thing he found that. Eat that slimy food. Now, our friend over here is dauntless, so they can use morale in place of constitution. But we got a 12, so they also failed. Shit. Okay. We are fatigued. Damn. Okay, we got that roll out on just a fatigue roll. It's not super important. We don't care that much, you know. Sucks to suck, etc. Let's see what happens here. Dangerous degenerates, driven to desperate deeds, swear blood oaths to the brigand brothers in the smoke-filled tents of the bandit camp. Dun dun dun. So the bandit camp is up there somewhere. Up here. It's a scary place. We are not going that way. Ever. Now, we're in a law spot, but we only compare against the law when there's law on the card. Is that right? Look at that. How did I forget that already? How did I already forget? Yeah, so the danger level is equal. We can't sneak because we force marched, so because we weren't cautious. So mistakes were made. But it's looking like we're doing an encounter, and then the monsters. So we suck. Damn. Having real bad luck with those danger cards. It's true. I thought we were safe because the danger level is so low, but apparently not. Now, was I wrong? Do encounters happen after we resolve the monsters or before? Because I feel like you told me that it should be after, but I might be mistaken. And because we have two guys in our party, we're gonna have two. Some cards have resolve immediately on them. Like on this card, on the danger card, or on the encounter card. Ah, okay. Oh, like this one, you mean? This one says resolve immediately. Okay, so what do we got here? It says, trapped stagecoach. Your enemies were stalking a small group of travelers whose stagecoach is trapped in the mud. The party may help the travelers shift the wheels out of the mud, ignore them, or slaughter them and plunder the coach. So wait, I don't know. What are the significance of the icons here? The sun thing versus this other thing. I don't know what that means. Oh, outside versus inside. Okay. Got it. Oh, look at your space. Oh, imagine looking at the board. What a weird idea. So yes, there's a little sun icon right there, literally right there. So it's the trapped stagecoach, not the perverse ritual. And that means that we don't resolve this immediately, we resolve it after. So we do our fight first, and then we deal with this trapped stagecoach. So I'm getting there, I'm getting there. All right, so we got our two monsters. We got Pumpkinhead, and we got a sex dwarf. So highest morale, that's this guy. That's our witch smeller. And highest strength, which could be either, so I guess Do we want to spread the love? Probably, right? But we could also just let our mercenary alchemist go in assault mode and just sort of like, you know, go crazy. Let's try and just let's do that. I don't know if we have to spread them evenly if we can. Like, we have a tie, we get to choose, I believe. So, best monster ever, sex elf. Look, it's a sex dwarf, not a sex elf. Anyhow, let's we don't need to roll our defense dice. We don't believe in defending. We're gonna fire up that pistol. It ignores 1 armor. Who are we gonna attack first? We're gonna try and put down this sex dwarf. So our mercenary alchemist is gonna attack. Oh, he has rally. That might change things. I forgot. He has a rival ability. So it says, draw a card from the monster's deck and add it to the fight. Well, that's bullcrap. Okay, so he calls a friend. Oh, this was an encounter. No, that's the wrong deck. That's why it's an encounter. This guy has a name that is unpronounceable, but it says his class is weird. He attacks the person with the lowest magic. Okay, listen. I'm retconning and this guy's attacking the sex dwarfs over here. Okay, mistakes were made. Another monster has joined the chat. Listen, a sex dwarf is almost as good as a sex elf. Okay. Anyway, I think we're looking at guard here. Yeah, we're gonna guard for this round at least, right? We're gonna we're going to deal with our witch smeller first, per usual. Now, oh, this one has curse. Shit, this guy also has an arrival ability. Before we get to do that, the monster's target must make a magic test. If you fail this test, lose a luck and you become demoralized. Damn. Okay, we succeeded. We got a 3. Haha! Weird umbrella? What is this? Like, here, take a look at this. What the hell is this thing? I don't know if it wants to focus, because that'd be too easy. It's like an umbrella that has a foot and an eyeball or something. I'm not really sure what the hell's going on there. Weird is definitely the right class, though. Let's get that part out of the way. That for sure. Okay. So let's figure out what these guys do before we go attacking. It's a Japanese folk monster thing, in any case, inspired by. Hey, Time Roller, welcome in. So, Horde Heretic, this guy. So, his ability Horde. This monster has 1 additional attack if there are 1 or more monsters with the indicated class in its space. So the sex dwarf is also a heretic. So he has 5 attack. That sucks. And our weird monster of unpronounceability evades. When it's destroyed, it inflicts 1 piercing damage, which ignores armor on each adventurer and each monster in its space. So that sucks. Or wait, that's explode, not evade. My mistake. When you attack this monster with a melee attack, if it rolls doubles, you miss. Okay, well, we're not going to melee him anyway. We're shooting him with a gun. He's too weird to get that close to. And he has Pursue. You cannot escape from a fight while targeted by this monster, unless it's dazed or hexed. Wow. Okay, so this guy has 5 attack and 5 health. Pumpkinhead would be really good to put down. This guy has taunt. The sex dwarf is taunting us. Those are words I didn't expect to say today, to be clear. If you're targeted by this monster, you cannot target another monster unless that is, well, that one is also taunting you. So, no, I mean, if there was multiple monsters here, that'd be a bigger deal. Scary. I agree. Okay, let's deal with our witch smeller. Do I think I can... We have to stay guard for sure. Do I think we can defeat this Pumpkinhead in one round? Or should we just go for the weird guy first because we have a better chance of eliminating him, even though his attack is lower? I'm not sure. Let's target the weird guy. Let's target the weird guy. Let's see what we get. Oh my god, that is so irritating. If I dropped all the dice at once, it would have been better. But they hit against each other in the die tray, and I missed my attack. What a fail. So the good news is we succeeded at our defense roll here. So we block 4 from each of them. That means our weird guy doesn't do anything. This guy has +1 damage, but we can use our power die on him additionally. So we're not going to take any damage. Oh, wait. We use either the die or the power die. Not in additionally. That's weird. I feel like that was explained differently. Well, it's only when we fail that we get to use that it uses individually on. Okay. We're going to take a damage from this guy. What a jerk. The Pumpkinhead doesn't like us. And we absolutely whiffed. Oh! And we rolled a 12, right? Our weighted pistol, if you roll 12 on your attack dice, you cannot use it again during this fight. So we can no longer use our weighted pistol. So we're getting our butts kicked here. Shame you don't have Gourmet with that nice big pumpkin head. I agree. Mistakes were made. I should have just leaned in. I got too scared by the disease or poison or whatever it was. Okay, we're going to also stay in guard over on our alchemist here. I should roll them all at once, but I didn't. Again, it's two openings very small. So we absolutely whiffed it. We got 12. A big fail. But we do get to use our power dice, which is 3, so he doesn't actually hurt us. Nice. And we rolled a 6, so we can ignore 1 armor. He doesn't have any. Do 5 damage. We've defeated the Sex Dwarf. So that's a great success. Now, we're going to start blasting here, right? We're going to shoot the weird guy. We're going to shoot the weird guy with our gun. I don't need these stupid defense dice. I keep rolling them when I'm on assault mode. Let's go for it. Oh, look at that. So we succeeded, and we can use our highest die, which can be our power die. So that's a 5. He has no armor. We could have actually killed the Pumpkinhead, but we decided to play it safe. We targeted the weird guy. Weird guy's dead. Nice. So now we got our Pumpkinhead here. We're going to stay in guard mode on our Witch Smeller. And see what we get. We got Snake Eyes. Okay, so we successfully block for 5. He only has attack 4 now because he no longer has the Sex Dwarf Heretic to help him out. So that's cool. Actually, did we defeat the Sex Dwarf last time beforehand? I don't remember. Did we kill him first? I think we did. And we wouldn't have taken any damage then, because he wouldn't have had 5 attack. He would have only had 4. Haha. Anyhow, we successfully rolled... Oh, we can't actually use our gun. So we would have had to have done just a melee attack, right? In which case we were testing either agility or strength. In either case, it doesn't matter. We did it. Do we need to be... No. Okay, so if you hit with this attack, inflict damage to your target equal to the lowest single attack die. Your power dies are halved, but that doesn't matter. When dice are halved, they are divided in half, they roll up or round up. So we just do a damage. Not very exciting, but we didn't take any damage. He took one. Life's good. Our friend, the mercenary alchemist, is going to stay in blasting mode. He hits him, but he doesn't do a lot of damage. 2. Ignores 1 armor. That means he does 2 damage. This guy only has 2 health left. We can hopefully actually put him down this time. We can't use our weighted pistol. We're just going to stay in guard mode until he's dead. I don't want to take damage. I mean, yeah, we have a decent chance of doing 2 damage. Well, would you look at that? Oh, that's a guard. Oh, I just flipped that die, I think. Anyways, he doesn't hit us. We whiff our attack. So we don't hit him either. What a shame. Okay, we're just gonna have our friend who actually can kill stuff defeat him. No, he missed. So he absolutely missed. But yeah, that's it. When we miss our attack, we just miss, whether we're in assault or guard mode. So that sucks. Well, we're really struggling. This pumpkin head just does not want to die. It doesn't love us. Okay, we're still in guard mode here. We're going to end up taking a damage because we whiffed our attack, or our defense rather. But we're in guard mode, so we can block 3 with our power dice. We're going to take 1 wound from that. And then we have our dice here. So let's see how this works. Inflict damage equal to your lowest single attack die. So we hit for 1, and he's still alive? This pumpkin head won't die? Oh my god. Okay. Surely we don't miss with our alchemist, and he just dies this time. Yeah. There we go. We hit him for 4, he's dead. Oh my god. Pumpkin head, what are you doing? So we got 3 XP and 2 gold from that fight. We get to see if we get any loot. We do not. We failed. I rolled a 5. Big fail. It's okay. This kind of Looney Tunes at this point. Attacks flying and mostly misses. Yeah, totally. It's just like, you know, Yosemite Sam or whatever. We're just sort of like, the pistols are going wild. We're just like aiming in any direction we can, seeing what happens, hoping for the best. Big fail. Okay, so now we're back to our encounter here. The trapped stagecoach. Your enemies were stalking a small group of travelers whose stagecoach is trapped in the mud. We can help them, ignore them, or slaughter them and plunder the coach. Let's try and help them. We're doing the right thing with the thing, right? With taking the head to the stone circle. Let's be good guys. We're trying to make the world... We may be convicts, but we're trying to make the world a better place. We believe in second chances here, okay? So, each adventurer in the party becomes detained. Oh, detained? I don't want to be detained. What does detained do anyway? Is that a status thing here? Probably. I have invigorated, weakened. Is that one of these? I don't even know if this is on one of these things, or if I'm just looking in the wrong area for no reason. Dazed, hexed. There's all kinds of things. Exalted, corroded, weakened, blessed. This I'm totally not looking in the right place, am I? Is this like a weakness or something, and I just don't know? Or is detained? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, detained? No. Okay, I don't know what detained is. It's not one of these. If it is, I'm blind and can't find it. Could be on the reverse of one. Means you have to rest. Well, we can't force march. So that's not a horrible thing anyway. I'm certain that this must exist here, but I feel like I've flipped over most of these and just simply demoralized. Okay, you know what? If we know that it means we have to rest next turn, we don't really need to find the marker. We'll just... Detained! No move. There it is. I found one of them. What's on the back? Fatigued. Oh my god, it's on the other side of the fatigued marker? Gah! No wonder I couldn't find it. Okay. Okay. Well... Remember, you can reduce fields to 1 this time, as they were definitely monsters. Ah, good call, good call. No law this time. Okay, so we become detained. We cannot move. We have to rest next turn. That's fine. I'm alright with that. And we get to perform a strength test. We each get to do it. If either one of us succeeds, we get to reduce the bounty level. So let's see what we can do here. We're going to roll 2 dice. We'll try with our witch smeller, rather. There's a 5. We did it. Great success. So the bounty level is now 1. Bounty level's super low. This makes it actually a lot... Oh, I just ruined my money. I don't know how much I had. We'll say I had 8. This makes it much more viable to actually go the other way, right? Like, if we go this way, the biggest challenge was the law. But if we have these law spaces and the bounty level's 1, who cares? Who cares if we go through the law, you know? Anyways, we're going to take a ship. We're going to take a boat. Well, we got to rest this next turn. So let's do a rest. Let's take a little resty. A little resty do. Okay, we're in East Bridge. We're going to have a bit of a snooze. So what do? We first recover. We make a morale test. And we get to remove our things. I think we're supposed to do this in some particular order, but we're going to do our witch smeller first. I think we just end up, yeah. Like, we only have 1 wound, it doesn't matter. Like, if you fail the test, you recover half. Likewise here, if we fail the test, we're going to recover half. In both cases, we're fully healed up. And I don't think we don't have enough XP to spend on anything. Like, we're not going to do anything else, right? We could explore, which I don't think makes any sense. We could improve. We can, yeah, we're done here. We did our rest action. We're healed up. We're feeling good. Right, because where can we not rest where it's perilous, right? What does perilous look like? Oh, it's a big, ugly skull thing. We can't rest there. Anyways, okay. So, let's do an encounter. Danger card. The Catacombs. Cults of death practice necromantic rites, and dead things hunt the living who dare enter the catacombs, which are now danger level 6. I think if they go to get to danger level 7, which doesn't exist, that adds to the Hand of Doom. If the Doom track gets full, we lose, basically. Now, for the first time, look at these cards. It's a disaster. It is not a disaster. I had 6 gold. Oh, damn. So we are doomed. So look, I had a 3, a 2, a 2, a 2. Look at this. A 5. A 5. The danger level's fine. We're not concerned about a danger level of 5. We love that. We embrace that. Nice. So do we still do an encounter, or only if the danger level was high? I think we don't do one at all. I feel like I should know that by now, but I still don't. Yeah, we just totally ignore it. We don't even do an encounter. So, sweet. We succeed. We finally found a card that had a high number on it. It just took the entirety of the game so far. Oh, it was 8. You reversed too far. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was thinking like I was certain that I had bumped it and it ended up around 6. But anyways, we got it now. Perfect. Okay, cool. So, we don't have to resolve an encounter. And for our next action, we are going to use the river port here, right? So we can travel from East Bridge to Dusk Falls. We're going to stick to the plan. We could go through these lost spaces because the bounty level is low and whatever else. But we're not going to. We're just going to hop on a ship down here to Dusk Falls. Okay, now that does cost us 2 gold per adventurer. And it is a lot spicier down here overall, right? So that's a thing. But we'll be okay, I'm sure. The Rotting Swamp. 4. Danger level of 4. So it's, and the Black Tree's 5. Like, it's generally a lot spicier in this area of town. There's rules for drawing encounters in settlements if you have the Mean Streets expansion. It's funny because I was actually going through, like, I have a ton of the supplements, but we really haven't used them much because honestly we haven't played this game as much as I wanted to. You know, we were playing it as a campaign, and then at some point we just sort of stopped, and like, campaign games are my curse. I love them. Love them, love them, love them. But it's like I have too many, and like I like playing a variety of games. So setting aside the time to play one game a dozen times instead of playing, you know, 6 games 2 times each or something like that, it usually doesn't happen very often. So at some point we just stopped playing the campaign here, and and then I got a bunch of the like little booster packs and stuff. These guys, right? And I have the Adventurer expansion, but I don't have the Mean Streets And the thing that I would like to have the most that I don't have is the other metal minis. I love them just because of their, you know, old school vibe. But like, they're super expensive. So I didn't shell out for all the other metal minis. Yeah, they are lovely old school things. It's true. It's true. Wetlands monsters are some of the nastier you can meet, but at least you can reduce some of those danger levels while you are there. Sean is getting them all done as STLs. Okay, well I have a resin printer waiting to be used. I actually haven't set it up yet, but I don't know. There's like something lo-fi and funky about the metal minis that really fits the theme of this game well, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't remember what the prices were from the Kickstarter, but it was like, it felt like it was going to be, I'm going to have to spend, you know, whatever, $150 to get the remaining minis or something like that. You know, it was a lot. Oh, good. My current space. You glance over your shoulder, certain that you're being followed through your current space. Okay, so we're not in like a void space or whatever here. So the danger level is, we have 4, which is what it is in the swamp. Now, strictly speaking, I should have chosen. Oh no, we're bold because we used the ship. So we just got to suffer the consequences here. So we get to do a wetlands encounter and fight 3 monsters. So we're getting off to a bang down here in Dusk Falls. We're just like getting right to it. Resolve immediately. The swamp hag. Sweet. I was just going to ask, when is that new 3D printer getting set up? Yeah, I mean, it's set up. I just haven't actually used it, right? So it's, I'd actually like to do it this week. I have this coming week off, and I'm doing a bunch of stuff around the house. One of those things is going to be dealing with the 3D printer. Same sculptor is doing them, and the ones she has already done do fit in with the metal ones. Not as heavy, though. Yeah, the metal ones, like, that's part of the appeal for some reason, is that, like, it's hard to describe, you know, compared to other board game components, but like this box of metal minis, which is only like, I don't know what, there's 8 in here or something, like weighs as much as like an average board game. Like, they're just like chunky, and I appreciate it, you know? Anyways, let's deal with this swamp hag. So, oh, you know what? I forgot to do this. When you win a fight, if you destroyed any heretics or witches, make a morale test and gain 1 luck if you pass. I'm going to retroactively do that at least once because I know there was heretics in the last fight. We have a morale of 9. I got rolled a 10. I failed. No, unlucky. Okay, so resolve immediately. An old crone covered in tattered blankets squints at you and hums to herself, perched on the gnarled branch of a twisted tree, growing amongst crumbling stone ruins. The party may approach, fight, or ignore her. I don't really want... We already have to fight 3 monsters. I don't really feel like I need to fight a swamp hag as well. Do we want to approach her? Let's approach her. Let's maybe, you know what? Maybe you're right. Swamp hags need love too. Maybe the swamp hag is just misunderstood. Right? She's just looking for love, needs a hug, perhaps a gentle shoulder rub. Let's see what happens. All right, so approach. Roll a d6. Let's see what we get here. We rolled a 1. She did not, in fact, need love. Having distracted you long enough for her familiars to encircle you, she attacks. You must fight, and other monsters in this space have ambush. The good news is, at least my witch smeller's nose is immune to ambush when there's a witch. Okay, so fighting her, she's attack 4. She has, she attacks the person with the highest magic, which is our mercenary alchemist. Good news is we just healed up. You know, we're okay. She has 6 health. She rallies, so she's going to bring a fun wetlands monster. A lesser scrog. The hell is that? Horde fishoid. Cool. Okay. She has curse, regenerate 2, and summon. I'm assuming that we're not going to like any of that. This is going to end badly for us. If she is a heretic, you might get some luck from it. That's true. It's true. Okay, so her other abilities. Curse. This monster's target must make a magic test. If you fail, you lose a luck and become demoralized. So, her target is our friend, the Boom Boom, the mercenary alchemist. He rolled a 6. He's fine. He's not demoralized at all. He doesn't tolerate any of her shit. I assume when I fight her, it's just her and whatever she summons, and not the monsters that were on this card. But I don't actually know that that's true. I kind of made that up. So regenerate. At the end of each combat round, this monster recovers 2 wounds. And she has 6 health. But no armor, so that's cool. And if this monster is still alive at the end of its first combat round, draw a monster from its deck and add that monster to the fight. Okay. So this guy targets the one with the lowest agility. Oh, hey, that's also the mercenary alchemist. And he has ambush. Our witch smeller is immune to ambush. Our alchemist isn't. Each adventurer in this monster space must make a perception test. If you fail, you become stunned for 1 round until the end of their first turn. Okay, so perception test of 8. We succeeded. We are not taking their shit. Killer with fire. Art thou a witch smeller or a smelly witch? Why not both? Why not both? Add the monsters as well. I have to add the other 3 monsters. And then she's gonna summon another one. Yeah, this is the flash bombiest flash bomb I've ever seen. Okay. The mold mummy targets our witch smeller and curses us. So we got to do that magic test. We failed. So what happens? We lose a luck and become demoralized. So that means we have 0 luck and we're demoralized. You know what? We might as well spend that luck to try and not fail the test. Right? Because, you know, we rolled a 1. We're fine. We're actually not cursed. Sucks to suck. Highest agility. They just have pain. Well, this one infects us and has necro. Each time you receive 1 or more wounds, you lose an XP. Oh my god. This is awful. And then finally a crab soldier. Just to finish the deal, they're going to try and give us crabs. Attacks the person with the lowest agility. That's this guy. Now, do we have to resolve the ambush for each monster that has ambush? Do we do ambush again? Hey, there's the crab. I knew it. Oh, infect is only in a fungus space. Oh, and in fact, that means the regenerate is also not going to happen because that's only in a fungus space as well. And we are not in a fungus space. I don't know what spaces are fungus space, but I don't really want to know either. Actually, I don't see any. I'm sure they're around, but wouldn't they be in the wetlands? Wouldn't the wetlands be full of fungus? I don't know. Anyway. They can get added to the board. Are there no fungus among us? Okay. So yeah, do I have to do another ambush for this crab soldier because it was assigned to the same guy? I'm gonna bet that the answer is yes. Right? If we had more characters, I would assume each of them would ambush. But do I ambush multiple times for a single character, or do I just pass or fail my ambush once? Each adventurer in the monster's space. Except these guys immune to ambush. I don't know. You know, I'd really rather not get ambushed again. Because it sort of sucked. So we're just gonna say that we defeated the ambush unless I learn otherwise. Because we got some shit to deal with here. We got lots of shit. Okay. It's looking like it's a guard action time, I think. You know? Or maybe flash bomb. You're right. So let's see what the flash bomb lets us do. So flash bomb says, quick action. Discard this card and each monster in your space becomes dazed until your next turn. Each adventurer in your space other than you must make an agility test. Any adventurer who fails becomes blinded until the end of the fight. Blind is probably not ideal. But if we're dazed, then we can run away, right? Run away! If you're not being targeted, or if all monsters targeting you are dazed or have an attack of 0 or less, you may escape without making an agility test. So basically we huck the flash bomb and we run, right? Like immediately. I feel like if there was a flash bomb moment, this was it. The swamp hag, she lied to us. We thought she just needed a hug. She's full of shit, okay? If they're dazed, you could try and take them out. Are you... Who doesn't need a hug anyway? I mean, we could. We could do that. How long does dazed last? I don't know how that works. Let's see. Let's figure that out. You know what? It's probably easier to find it in my little reference thing here. Monster status conditions. Here you go. I think that's the things printed on their cards. So. Dazed until your next turn. Okay, so I have one round during which they are dazed. I think we daze them and we run. We're going to use the flash bomb. We're going to discard this card. Okay. Each monster in your space becomes dazed until your next turn. Each adventurer, so that's the witch smeller, because it's other than them, has to make an agility test. We succeeded. We rolled a 7. Okay. So that I do not get blinded. And yeah, I don't want to die. We're gonna run. We're gonna escape. Okay. Let's see how escape works. I've never run from a fight before. All right, so we're removed from the fight. So if we all remove ourselves from the fight, what happens? What happens? Run away! I assume that these guys just go away and we continue on our merry way and we're happy until, you know, forevermore. It's in here somewhere. Okay, so if both sides are removed simultaneously, there is no victor. So we reduce the danger level in our space, and then we discard all the trophies without reward. So these all go away. Our danger level goes down, and we continue on our merry way. Maybe they all needed a hug. Well, they got to hug our little flash bomb, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so we ran away. And you're right, we can, when we rest, we can use our alchemy skill to try and get our flash bomb back if we want later. The rotting swamp. Danger level goes down. Now, do we force march? Do we hoof it to the black tree? We want to get here. We want to succeed. We want to get this soothsayer's head back to where it belongs. But we're much less likely to get our ass kicked if we meander along these paths. The danger level is only 3 instead of 5. But we're going to have to kind of go through there anyway, you know? So, I don't know. Do we just get it over with? Force march it? See what happens? Hope for the best? Expect to die a horrible death? Alright. Let's just force march. Let's do it. We're bold. We're going to be bold. We're going to force march to the black tree. What could go wrong? Right? That's what... You can only force march on a road. Isn't this a road right here? Or is this a path? So there will be no force marching. And we're just meandering slowly. Wait, can't I force march on a path anyway? Oh, it has to be an explored path. One we've been on previously. Okay, we're not force marching. We are slowly, casually walking because this is what worked last time. We fought the law and everything was fine. Nothing bad happened. If you think otherwise, I don't know what you're talking about. Skill issue. You're right. You're right. Meh. Gotta go slow. Okay, well, we're gonna walk. I like a nice stroll through the wetlands from time to time. Who doesn't, really? Shit. The people of the swamp live in fear of the fishoid freaks who make their lair in the sunken village. Dun dun dun. All right, we're gonna try and stealth our way through this because it's 3. The level is currently a 3, so we can both try and make a perception check. If we succeed, if we both succeed, we get to functionally increase that, and like we sneak by. I got a 5, great success, and a 6. We did it. We snuck by. We don't have to resolve the sunken village, and we can make it to the black tree. Now the black tree has a danger level of 5. This one's going to be iffy. You feel a chill run down your spine. It's a 1. We're looking for the... We want high cards. We got 1 5. And... Anyway. Shit. Okay, it says reshuffle the danger deck. I'm going to assume that we shuffle this into it. So we're going to need 2 monsters and an encounter. A wetlands encounter. 2 monsters. We're going to shuffle these in. I might have been napping, but I'm back to keep you accountable. Awesome. How you been lately, Trombone? Hope you're well. This has been a fun stream. I really struggled to get started, and I'm so happy that Lee was here to help me through, because man, oh man, it was a weird one to get going again. It's been a minute, and I feel really good. I like now. This just makes me want to play more Dungeon Degenerates, because we're doing the first scenario. It's very straightforward, you know, not too spicy. Anyways, let's see if this encounter needs to be resolved immediately or not. It does! Oh, it's a spiral to the void. That sounds good. Your enemies gather and writhe around a vortex, forming in the murky waters. Purple mist escapes from the whirlpool that gapes before you, like the mouth of some colossal demon whale. Within, a shimmering gateway to another world beckons. Place a void gate counter in your space and increase the danger level there. You know, because what I really wanted was a danger level of 6 at the black tree. You know? If you are in cautious stance, shit! We are in cautious stance. I assume that's a void gate token. Okay. If you're in cautious stance, you arrive to witness your enemies feeding on the power of the void. Fishoids, oozes, and witches in this space become dazed until the end of your first combat round and have regenerate 2 for the duration of the fight. Okay, so they're dazed, which is cool. But they have regenerate 2, which is less cool. We got a scroggling swarm and a carrion crab. Oh, that is a grumpy crab. Have some more phantom mics today? What do you mean? Is there an issue with the mics, Max? I should put these down here. So, lowest agility, lowest constitution, ambush, but only on the one spot, and we're immune anyway. And he's dazed. So, all good for me. Okay. Yeah, there was a time, Allison, I don't know, it was before, I think it might have been before you were regularly showing up for stream, where the unit, the thing I use to run my mics has this thing called a talkback mic on it. It's a really shitty, low quality mic. And it was like totally disabled, but it was picking up sound anyway. So if I like turned this way and talked to the mic, it would get like loud and really low quality. But that was the thing that only happened once, and I thought I had figured it out. But I did have sound issues. I did have to reset up voice meter again. It might have fucked it up again. It's possible. So yeah, if it's like, if I go like this and it gets really loud and shitty, then it's screwed up again. But it shouldn't have been loud and shitty. And the good news is it's further away than it had been. So it should be less of a big deal anyhow. Okay, so we were in cautious stance. These guys are dazed. It's good, I'm just teasing. Oh, Max, you bastard. I hate you. You totally had me. I just assumed it was fucked. Well played, well played. Okay, so look here. We got a carrion crab and a scroggling swarm. Now these guys are dazed. That means we can run without consequence. We will get away. Because I don't think we want to fight this guy. This guy, not too bad. He's got 2 armor because he's a crab. A really grumpy-faced crab. But these ones make me nervous. They have drain, which means when they do damage to us, they take our health. They have recover too, so they're gonna like, you know, heal up or regenerate 2 rather. And they have 8 health. I think we run. We run away. We don't want to fight these guys. If it was something other than like, oh look, there's 20,000 little fishies sucking power from the void. No, that's a you know, first-rate way to have a bad time. So we're just gonna continue. The crab will be really hard to kill with armor 2 and regen 2. Yeah, exactly. That grumpy crab is a big mood. I do kind of like its face. You know, the fact that it had like a grumpy crab face sort of embedded on it. I found kind of amusing. You know. All right. So let's continue. We're almost there. We're almost there. Right? We're gonna slowly and cautiously move along the path some more. Okay. And then we're going to see what happens. Surely this is the time we get a really high danger card and we can ignore it. And we can just make it to clue 3 and be happy. No. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched by something in your current space. So there's no flag here, which means it's a danger level of 3. So once again, we could sneak by. We could sneak by, right? 2 perception checks. We rolled a 10, we failed. We don't get to sneak by. We suck. We suck. We suck. We get a wetlands encounter and 3 monsters. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, we don't resolve the albino scrog encounter immediately. We instead get to deal with... Oh my god, these are hideous. Oh, I don't like this at all. The bird horror, Scroglin Sentry, and Mold Beast. So, this guy goes for lowest personality, perception. We'll deal with that last. Strength, highest strength. That's also either or. Okay, we can just put these wherever we want. Holy shit, this guy has 12 health and explodes. This guy seems really not that bad. Fury. What does Fury do? Taunt, so we have to kill the sentry first. What does Fury do? While a monster has 1 or more wound counters on it, it has +1 attack. Okay. So all of these are mean, bad, etc. Let's give this guy the mold beast and this guy these two, because we can determine where they go for all of them, because the things that they use for targeting are the same across all of our characters. So I think this one's gonna tickle. This one's gonna tickle. Okay, and then we got to deal with the albino scrog encounter after too. So I think it's time to stay in guard mode. And we're just going to deal with our witch smeller first. He has to attack the... Oh, wait. Before that, this guy has gas. The mold beast has gas. Each adventurer must make a constitution test. So we'll start with our alchemist. Uh-oh. He rolled an 8. That's a fail. He'll become poisoned. That's bad. I don't want to be poisoned, man. Well, poisoned is -1 constitution. That means this goes down. Our overall health goes down. Are we poisoned? Do we get poisoned? I don't know where that goes by default. Till recovery or end of fight, end of round? I don't know. Probably poison is a recovery thing. But that sucks. We could re-roll one of those with luck. I mean, we don't really need luck for that much more. Let's try re-rolling it. We got 3 luck. Let's try re-rolling one. I rolled higher. Fuck. Okay. We're destined to be poisoned. Fine. Hey, Elevation Games. Welcome in. Thanks for that follow. Oh, and we rolled a 10 on this guy. So he's also poisoned. Damn. We suck. We suck. Cool to see the small improvements stream to stream. Neat little panning you have in the top left. Oh yeah. I put this cam. It's not great for Dungeon Degenerates, but it's on a little slider. It's really good for showing off things. You know, these minis, for instance. If sometimes it doesn't like to focus, like this time when I'm trying to demonstrate it. But it's fun. It's fun, and a little bit of motion makes it, I think, a little more visually interesting. This isn't a great game for showing it off, especially because I keep using this and it just sort of blocks it. But it's still fun. Okay, so we failed both of our Constitution tests. We got gassed. We're poisoned. That lowers our overall health, which is pretty sucky. But that's okay. We are going to do with our witch smeller, and we're gonna stay in guard mode. We gotta guard here, or we're gonna just get our ass kicked. And we're gonna deal with this sentry. So we passed our guard, and we passed our attack. So we can use our power die for our guarding. That means we block 5. That means we're not going to take any damage from either the Scroglin Sentry or the Bird Horror. Great success. And we can attack for 5. They have 0 armor, so we just kill the Scroglin Sentry. He's dead. That is the sort of thing we want to do. Not too bad, not too bad. Now, we're going to be in guard mode. This mold beast is yucky. What does slime do? He explodes. So explode does piercing damage, ignores armor, and does 1 damage to everybody, including enemies. So it'd be cool to kill the mold beast first, but realistically, that's not going to happen. And then he has slime. When you receive 1 or more wounds from this monster, you become slimed until the end of the fight. Oh, you lose agility. Cool. That's what we want to have happen. Okay, and he's got an attack of 5. Yeah, we're going to stay in guard mode. And we're going to just see what we get. Oh, it's looking promising. It's looking promising. We succeeded at our block, but we whiffed our attack. So we don't take any damage because we'll have 6 defense on his attack of 5, but we absolutely whiffed our attack. We rolled a 10. So he also does not take any damage. This guy's going to end up with attack 6 because he has attack 5, but Fury means that if he's taken any damage, he gets +1 attack. Now his attack gets resolved first, so I guess it won't happen for this round, but next round and onward, it's going to be yucky. It's going to be yucky. Slimed is bad. I agree. I'm not sure what that clip is, but you know what? It hasn't been... It's not the sex dwarf, so it can't be that bad. All right, we're staying in guard mode and rolling for our witch smeller. What are we going to get? That's looking promising. This was a 1. We're going to put up some damage here. Okay, so we succeed our defense check here. He's going to still do 5 less 4. We'll take 1 wound. Not too bad. And then we succeeded our attack and we got a 6. So we're going to do 6. He has no armor, so he'll just take 6 flat damage. He's almost dead. We should be able to eliminate him next round, which is going to feel good. And now it's time to deal with the mold beast. We don't want to get slimed. Don't want to get slimed. We're going to stay in guard mode. We whiffed it. Okay, so we hit him, which is cool. But we failed our defense check. And the slime makes our defense checks like it's harder for subsequent ones. So that's sucky. So we failed our defense check, and that means that we can just use our power die, so we can block 2 of his attack. Do we want to use luck and reroll so that we don't get slimed? Because we could reroll this 6 and like 4 or lower, we have a 66% chance of succeeding. Let's try being lucky. It didn't work last time. Surely this time. Hey, I got a 3. Okay, so wait. I'm still not gonna block his attack. Okay, I'm pretending I didn't do that. That was stupid. I'm blocking his 2. I'm taking my 3 damage. I'm slimed, so I have 1 less agility until the end of the fight. Yuck. Okay, witch smeller. Let's go. It's time to put the bird horror out of his misery. He's got 6 attack now. I dropped that in there. That was weird. Excuse me, what dwarf asking for a friend? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything. All right, what do we get? What do we get? I can't see the dice in the tray because they're against the side. That's a successful attack and successful defense. Let's go. Okay, now the unfortunate thing is he has 6 attack and we only block 4 of it. So we're still going to take 2 damage. I don't know why I thought 1 plus 2 was a hard math problem, but it really did seem that way. So anyway, then we got 7. We're going to shoot him in the face with this gun. He blocks nothing. He's dead. We get to do 4 damage, and he only had 2 health remaining. So we've eliminated the bird horror, and now we can, combine forces in dealing with this mold beast. So our defensive friend here. Did I roll for this guy first? No. I must not have. If I did, then I messed up. It happens. Oh my god, we failed our defense roll again. And succeeded our attack roll, at least this time. So he has no armor. We can do 3 damage to him. We block 3 of his damage. So we still take 2 damage. And we do 3. We remain slimed. I assume we don't get like double slimed or something. And for our next round here, our friend the Witch Smeller can go into assault mode. Hey, a raid. Thanks for that raid. How did I miss that again? It did not. Okay. Welcome in. Sorry about that. I missed the raid. I changed my settings on my streamer bot so that it would play a notification when the raid came in. I have tested it, but apparently it didn't work when we're actually live or in such, or I didn't notice. Either one's possible. I was kind of head down there, but thanks so much for that raid. Hashtag pro streamer. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Welcome in. More of an ambush than a raid. There you go. There you go. What were you guys playing today? I know you had some... I was lurking for a bit last time you guys were streaming, and by the time I came back, you guys were done. I think you were having tech problems. I don't know if it was still that microphone that was plaguing you or what. But anyways, thanks for raiding in. Those of you who just got here, I'm James, Opcost. We play board games here on the table. Today we're playing Dungeon Degenerates. We were lucky enough to have a couple people from Goblin Co. Sean, the artist, was in chat earlier. I don't think he's in there anymore, but he might be. Not sure. Haven't heard from him in a bit. But Dungeon Degenerates here. It took us a little while to get going. I had to knock the rust off. It's been a minute. But this is a super fun little campaign game. Not little at all. It's a huge campaign game with a ton of cards and funky art, and I adore it. I was talking earlier in the stream with Sean about how much I like games that are just sort of like unapologetically their own thing. And that's this. It's got a very unique art style, really funky, weird enemies and stuff like that. And it makes for a really interesting experience because of it. I love everything about it. So we were just getting our butts kicked by a mold beast when you guys raided in. And we're going to continue with that. I think we actually had just gotten to the point where we were going to start defeating the mold beast, kicking his butt, perhaps. So, Witch Smeller, we're going to attack in assault mode here. We don't need those defense dice anymore. We didn't roll particularly well, but we did succeed at our attack. We do get to do 5 damage. No armor on this guy. So he just takes a flat 5. So he's now at 8 damage. 4 more will eliminate him. I think we're going to stay in guard mode for our alchemist here. I have low confidence that he's not going to get his butt kicked. We have less agility. We have only succeed on 6 and lower for blocking this guy's attack. Oh, hey, we got a 6. Thank goodness. And a 7. Okay, so this worked out. Hey, and we got our power dice. Okay, so we can block his entire attack. We have a 5. He has 5 attack. We'll block that with our power dice. So we take no damage. And then, in fact, we defeat him. So we have a 4 here. That'll be the last 4 damage to him. But then we're going to take some damage because he explodes, I believe. When this monster is destroyed, it inflicts 1 piercing damage on each adventurer and monster in its space. So we are each going to take a wound. Piercing ignores armor. But we successfully defeated these wetlands monsters for the first time. That is the first time we've succeeded at defeating any wetlands encounters. So I feel pretty okay about that. So what do we get? 2 XP, 2 gold. Whoa, that did not work. 2 XP, 2 gold. Love it. And what do we get over here? 3 XP, 2 gold. Hey, we have money again. And almost enough XP to be useful. So that's pretty cool. So let's roll for loot, and then we'll do our encounter. So, we gotta roll 2 or lower. Nope. And 3 or lower. Nope. So no loot for us, but that's okay. It'd be kind of weird to find, you know, a Scroglin sentry with any significant amount of loot. I don't think fishoids really loot's their thing. Now we gotta deal with our encounter here. So what we got? Your enemies were either guarding or hunting a rare prize. A fat, slimy, white scrog slithers through the muck nearby. A beast of sacred importance to the bog people and the fishoid mutants alike, it is sure to fetch a handsome price at the market. The party may fight it, approach it to give it an offering, or ignore it and leave it in peace. You know what? We saved it. We're gonna do the right thing like we have been all along. We're gonna let this scrog live for another day. Okay? We're gonna just like let it do its thing. We're gonna ignore it. Have a good day, albino scrog. If you need a hug, ask the swamp hag. Because I'm all out of hugs. Okay, so we're no longer slimed. That's cool. But we are poisoned. We do need to rest in order to explore the stone circle. So I feel like we could probably just move there and then we take a rest action next turn. Unless we think we're going to die. We have 4 damage and 6 damage. You know what? We're kind of half dead. We might... It would be a true shame to try and min-max this, save like 1 round, and then die. So why don't we just rest where we're at? It's not perilous here. And the actual overall danger level in the Rotting Swamp is only 3. So we have some decent potential of surviving. So why don't we take a rest action? So... I got an 11. We failed our test here, so we only recover with half. We get 5 wounds back. That's enough for us to get to full. And we lose our status condition. No longer poisoned. That means our constitution goes back up. And then 5 XP or 4 XP isn't enough to do anything. I should give this over to this guy. I don't know if we have to do that while resting, but we're going to pretend that we do. We'll do his test. He got a 7. He passed his. He heals 7, which is enough for him to be full. He's also no longer poisoned. And we're done. We rested. We're going to move on. Fight another day. In a town, so would be safe. What? I'm not in a town. Oh, in this town. Oh. Yeah. Well, I didn't notice that. Okay. Don't we still resolve a danger card even when in town, don't we? Towns have no danger level. Well, shit. Oh well, too late now. Too late now. Let's see what we get. God! Hey, look at that! It's a 1! The strange and foul-smelling fishmongers whisper heretical schemes in soggy hidden cellars below the fishmonger camp. Now, we are not in a law space, so I think we just do a normal monster. Also, we defeated monsters last time, so this should have been 2. We still get to do this, though. All right, more monsters. What do we get? It's only 1 monster this time, so we have to do this, but overall it's not a very terrifying one. A shelled scrogworm. Scrogworm is an uncomfortable word to say. I don't like that. He attacks the guy with the lowest magic. That's our witch smeller. And he will slime us if he hits us. He's got 2 armor, which is a lot, because he's got that big, thick scrogworm shell. But only 6 health. Alright. Let's see what our alchemist can do. He's going to attack this guy. He rolled a 9. He whiffed. He's going to do literally nothing. Thanks, alchemist. You're cool. This guy's an attack of 3 only. We're not going to kill him in 1 round anyway, so we're going to remain in guard. Oh, we absolutely suck. That's a fail. That is also a fail. But we can use our power die so he doesn't actually hit us. So we don't get slimed. But the sum total of our first round of combat is we missed everything. And your gun is gone. Yep, you're right. Shit. I can no longer use my ignore 1 armor gun. I just have to hit him with my fist. I knew it was bad life choices when I started punching the scrogworm with my fist. Alright, well, our friend, the mercenary alchemist, can just attack and assault him. Surely we'll get some. He missed again. He missed again. Wow. Okay, we're using luck. We're going to use luck. We're re-rolling this 5. Oh my god, we got another 5. We're using luck again. I believe. Our last luck. This is our final wish. We rolled a 4, which is a success. Oh my gosh, that was hard. Okay, so we can use our 5, our power die. We ignore 1 armor. So he has 1 armor. So we get 5 less 1. So we do 4 damage to this scrogworm. And then perhaps, well, we're not doing any damage with this guy because we have to have our dice. So we're going to do a melee attack. We're going to guard. Oh my god, we suck. We don't hit him. We fail, but we do prevent his attack. We're going to shoot him. Please don't suck. Hey, there we go. We got a 7. We'll do 4 less 1. That's 3. The scrogworm is dead. Thank goodness. All right. So what do we get? 1 and 1. And we can roll for loot, which we failed. It's fine. Didn't expect to succeed anyway. And we're going to move into town. So towns are safe. So we don't have to... Always the pro streamer. Always the pro streamer. What's that about, Martina? Come on, it is pro streamer. Super pro. Probably you said that 20 minutes ago on YouTube and I didn't notice. Okay, so we're in town. or we're in a settlement, whatever. So we're safe, I believe. And we get to, I don't know if do we still resolve a danger card? I think we do, because it still increases the danger level in like a respective area, right? Surreal horrors beyond comprehension whisper obscene curses within the eerie echoing of the Tunnel of Terror. So the Tunnel of Terror, the danger level still increases, but we are safe in town. And that means on our next turn here, we can explore. So we have to make a perception check. Kind of irrelevant here. We're gonna successfully deliver the head, right? I failed that test, and only one of us gets to try. But like, listen, we're gonna succeed at making this test, and I'm not gonna sit here and flip over like a bunch of danger cards just until we roll an 8 or lower. So let's dig out our mission. Time for D&D. Bye. All right, see ya. Thanks for being here. The missions. All right. So, deliver the head. The soothsayer thanks you for your efforts and whispers secrets about a wondrous palace temple hidden deep in the mountains of the mouth. Do you dare follow the dubious directions of this delirious dead man? Continue on to visions at the peak, or choose to ignore the rotting fool and establish a base here in the swamp. So that would determine that we would go to Visions at the Peak as our next mission if we were playing this as a campaign. So essentially we succeeded at the first intro mission as a one-shot. Obviously it's intended to be easy, and I'm glad, because it took us a long time to get going. I feel like this is the style of game that I struggle the most with rules. I don't mind it. It's not frustrating, but it is sort of like, it feels like there's a lot of exceptions or, just like various things that you have to refer to. Like law is a good example. It's really easy to forget to use the law deck, or remember to use it and then go to decrease the danger level, which doesn't happen with the law, or like whatever. There's a lot of those sorts of things, which I find can sometimes, there's lots of games that are like that I find intolerable, just because I struggle with remembering those. This isn't one of them, but it did take us a while. Like that first turn or two was stupidly slow. It's made it 1,000 times worse because streaming, but like, wow, it was rough, But overall, we succeeded at our mission here. We successfully delivered the soothsayer's head over here to the stone circle. We did the right thing. We had fun doing it. I feel like I really didn't use my abilities. I totally forgot about mend wounds entirely. We never intimidated anyone. And nor did we do a lot of alchemy. But I feel like there's more opportunity to do that in games with more players and later missions that are more involved, basically. But yeah, that was super fun. I had a blast playing this today. I haven't broken this game out in a super long time. It felt really good to knock the rust off, and all that it reminded me is I need to play this again soon and not wait 400 years until all that rust settles back in again. Woohoo, James wins. It's true. So listen, I need to set up something on stream for like a win counter, because we're back on a win streak again, right? We played an easy scenario here, to be clear. But we beat Demonship on our last try. And then I played Halls of Hegra, which we succeeded at on our first try, very surprisingly. And then now Dungeon Degenerates. So we're up to 3 in a row. So I'll have to pick something hard and horrible and disgusting for next time. I'm tempted, sorely tempted, to play this again, but I don't know. This is something that I've really struggled with, actually, as an idea. It still counts. Totally, a win's a win, right? I've struggled with campaign games because I feel like I'd love to play campaign games on stream again. And Martina and I were playing the Isofarian Guard for a while there. You know, whatever, when I had more time, and so did she. And I loved it. It was really fun to work through something narratively, like session to session, right? But I just don't know that I have room for a campaign game in the schedule presently. And that feels bad. That feels really bad. I don't know. So I'm off work this next week. I've just some vacation, doing a little staycation, staying home. Apparently getting the 3D printer set up, so maybe I can print some Dungeon Degenerates STLs one day. I don't know if what the timeline looks like for that, but hopefully sooner rather than later. Great fun. You can save your progress by using the campaign sheets. So you could pick it up next time to give it a try. Totally. Yeah. And I think I think I will. You know, I had fun here, and I want to just play this again. And I imagine that I'll end up playing this solo probably before I'll end up playing it with a group again. Yeah, this was a blast. I missed playing this game, and playing it again also just makes me more convinced that I need to get the other stuff. So I need to actually add in. This is gonna seem absurd, but like, look, I mean, maybe to Lee it wouldn't seem absurd, but I have these booster packs. They just like add stuff to each of the respective decks, right? So what do we got here? We got the Dirty 13. We got Goblins Have More Fun. Hooray for the Bad Guys. Breaking the Lamb. Highlands Happenings. City Scum. Wetlands Interludes. And finally, Lowlands Events. That one's named less interestingly. Oh, no, there's more. There's more hiding back here. I also have the Badlands Breaks and the Adventurer expansion, which gives us some more characters to play with, as well as some other loot and whatever, skills, etc. Oh, shit! And there's more! Wait, didn't I already have City Scum? Do I have 2 City Scum packs? Wasn't that one of the first ones? Maybe it wasn't. So I gotta add these. Wait, why do these look different? Different printings, I guess? Because I have 2 City Scum things here. What? That's weird. These must be from different printings or something. But apparently I ended up with 2. So, anyways, I gotta add these all in. I didn't bother to because I didn't want to, like, we were out of the house. I didn't have a ton of time. I was a little not prepared. That was one of the things that added to my frustration and the slow start is I didn't have quite enough time to review the gameplay loop and stuff like that. I had kind of gone over it loosely before I started. And I didn't want to have the overhead of adding all these things in for what was just going to be the first scenario anyway. But I have to add all this stuff and then, you know, give this a try some more. Because I also have the other mission packs, right? So, missions 2, missions 3. So, Lee, are you still in chat? Did you author these? Did I understand that correctly? You are. Let's see what we got here. They're Sean's ideas. Okay. But did you execute on them or something? I thought you had specifically said something about you were like the missions guy. Maybe I made that up. Ooh, the Brain Blisterer. This is like Cthulhu-y. Looks uncomfortable. Just to behold in general. Did the mechanics based on those concepts. Okay, got it. Cool. Cool. So yeah, I got all this extra stuff. So I feel like, I think I thought I had Mean Streets, but I don't. And that's something that I think I want to solve, because I want to work through this and do more of the missions and whatever, because I just like this environment, and like everything about this is enjoyable, you know? Like I said, I really love games that are very specific, like just have their own style and just kind of run with it. And this is definitely one of those. So Mean Streets adds the plague mechanic and encounters in towns. Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it's incredibly possible that I have it kicking around and I've just set it somewhere weird. But you know, I definitely want to check that out, because yeah, I can't say enough good things about this game. You know, overall, I feel like there's a couple things that I don't love about it. I usually monologue about my thoughts on games that I've played at the end of stream. And I think that, like, you know, one challenge with this game is definitely, it's like it consumes a ton of space. There's a lot of decks. There's a bit of bookkeeping and that sort of stuff. And I feel like it's like kind of easy to make errors in there. But I think overall, like, who gives a shit? Like, even if I make a mistake and, oh, wow, I, you know, should have gained a luck or whatever, like, it doesn't matter. And as a thematic experience, it doesn't detract from that. And it's not so burdensome that it is difficult, you know? I really like the danger deck, and even just the way that the writing is done on the cards. It's sort of a bit, I don't know. The style of it is just fun. So overall, I think that this is one of like like, you know, kind of, I'll say dungeon crawl. It's not very overworld for a dungeon, but this is one of my more favorite games of that style. You know, yeah, I look forward to this. Just reminded me, shit, I gotta play it more. Like, let's look at some of the characters here the ones we didn't play as, you know? Yeah, it's a narrative forward experience. Totally is. That's a great way to describe it. Settlement encounters really do help add flavor. Hopefully we'll do more soon. That's cool. And yeah, I know I saw the email from Sean the other day that, you know, I know that he's working on a Degenerates like video game, I think. And I have the other game that's in sort of the same like vein, Dungeon Breakout, I think it's called. So who did we not play as? The Hinterlander, which I was going to play as, but then it was almost identical to, they were Human Hunter, which was the same as my Witch Smeller. So I didn't want to be too close. The Bloodsport Brawler, like the wrestler basically, which I thought about because she's got high strength and constitution. This would have been that more well-rounded party maybe, but I didn't try to min-max in any way. Martina the Void Witch. Gains luck whenever a Void Gate's placed out. The Bog Conjurer, who just, he looks like he has sore bones generally, I think. Corpse Burner. He's fun at parties, for sure. Oh, Burley. There he goes. He gets some more of those heavy items. The Vermin Hunter. And that's it. The Witch Smeller and the Mercenary Alchemist. That's one of the things I like about this game also. It's just like the classes are a little unusual, you know. It's not just a rogue and a wizard and whatever, you know. So, yeah. Cool. Okay, well, I need to do one thing that is new that I haven't done yet on my own. So we started doing this thing. So on Wednesdays, I stream on YouTube with my daughter. And we started doing this thing where we're gonna write down our like rating for the game we played out of 10. Just like a loosey goosey, you know, nothing, not think too hard about it. Rating out of 10. And then we've been keeping them. We've done the rating out of 10 for a long time, but we started writing them down physically and then keeping them on like a little receipt spike, right? So I've got, oh, there's magnets from Demon Ship on this. Whoops. So this is just a fun little analog way for us to keep track of our scores, of what we played, what we thought of it generally, you know, that sort of thing. So Dungeon Degenerates. What do I think out of 10? I think this is a 9 out of 10 game for me. So, Dungeon Degenerates, 9 out of 10. You guys probably can't read that, but it's on there. Save that for later. And yeah, I guess we better find some place to raid. Lee, I'd love if I don't know whether you can tell me in chat, or probably better just send me a DM, or if you're feeling up to it, you could join the Discord and DM me there. But I'd love to connect with you and talk a little further about Dungeon Degenerates offline, and maybe reach out to Sean, because I think Sean's not in chat anymore. But I'd love to talk just a little bit more about this as an experience. It was great to have you guys show up. Super helpful. You saved the stream early because I was struggling so much with the rules. So yeah, if you want to send me a message on Twitch, or jump on the Discord, the links should be in chat there. Either way works. But yeah, I'd love to talk with you more about this system and yeah, all that sort of stuff, you know. I have been working a lot on doing more. Well, I'm in the process of getting to the point where I'd like to do more long form YouTube content, and this is a game I would love to talk about, because I'm really wanting to focus on games that are narrative, tell stories, provide players with experiences that are interesting and meaningful, and I think there's a lot of that here. So I'd love to connect with you guys afterwards. So yeah, whatever is easiest for you, you know, Discord, send me a message on Twitch, whatever. And yeah, with that, let's find a place to raid. So raids on Twitch are always interesting because we don't know what we're gonna get. You know, sometimes there's not a whole lot. I see Olympian is on. Oh, Fortune and Glory. I know that's probably the new one. They're just starting. Silver Metal Tavern is also on. Playing Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven, by contrast, is not a game that I love. I would a million times rather play Dungeon Degenerates than Gloomhaven. Ugh. Just didn't do it for me. Who else do we have in the board game category? Anybody? I don't know. I find the Twitch interface just gets worse every time I use it. Like, I don't know. Angry Joe Show, we're never rating them again. That did not work. Time Roller is on. I feel like Time Roller and Olympian we've rated lots lately. Time Roller just started. Oh, probably because he saw that we were wrapping up. Last time we rated Time Roller was a big fail because he was just finishing, you know? Do we have anyone else that's like outside the board games category that we're like interested in rating? I don't know. Maybe. Let's just raid Time Roller. I don't want to think about this too much. midnight in Foreign Devil Land. Enjoy your raid, and I'll speak to Sean about catching up with you later. Super appreciate that. Thanks so much for hanging out here. Really had a great time today, and yeah, it was so nice that you guys just happened upon the channel. I didn't expect that at all, and I'm super thankful that that worked out. So we'll chat soon, I'm sure. Thanks again, and yeah, we're gonna raid into Time Roller. Keep things simple, and go from there. Actually, you know what? We're gonna raid Olympian. I lied. Still simple though. Oh my god! Why does this interface suck so bad? I swear, it's just like they just try to make it as yucky as possible. We're gonna start this up, and I can no longer see Twitch chat because why would I want to be able to see Twitch chat while I finish my stream? You know, that would be too useful. Okay, we're gonna raid Olympian. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Loved this game. Looking forward to playing it some more soon. I'm gonna try and figure out something to do some campaign games on stream or something like that. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. But yeah, we will be back Wednesday this coming week. We're gonna be on a little earlier, so Sarah and I stream on YouTube live on Wednesdays. Normally we start 6 p.m. Mountain. We will be starting at 5 p.m. because we are going to play. Shit, I moved it. Sarah and I are going to try a heavier game. We're going to play Twilight Inscription this Wednesday, starting 5 p.m. Mountain, and then I will be back 1 p.m. Mountain this coming Sunday, per usual. So let's head over to Olympian. Thanks so much for being here, guys, and I will see you next time.